Welcome back, everyone, to another session of Crituitous RP. Thank you for joining us tonight. Before we get into what should be a fun and exciting adventure, we have our announcements to make. Real quick, we are currently sitting at 351 followers, and that means we have some new family members to thank. So, thank you very much to Creator Max, Punjas, Purple Crystal 2, Holland NL, Elegant Strumpet, Cinnamon Farts, and D&D Old School. Thank you very much to each of you for following us. We appreciate every single one of you, and we like it when you share us with someone else so that they can also like us and then share us with other people, and it's great. If you like what we do, follow us on Twitter. We are at Crituitous RP. You can follow our Tumblr. That is crituitousrp.tumblr.com. There we go. That one, always. I don't know why, but always. Just that one. And then if you do like what we can do, you can subscribe to us over on Patreon. We have a few viewers who support us through that method, through the patreon.com/Teervent, and every last little penny helps to make what we do a possibility. So thank you very much for all of that. All right. Well, tonight's going to be a fun one. Our adventurers previously had been exploring through the 3rd level of Acererak's tomb, which is known as the Tomb of the Nine Gods. They have learned that on each of the 5 levels preceding the final 6th level, there is a single key. The key is shaped with the intention like a skull that they take from a skeleton. Very particular skeleton, not just any skeleton that's roaming around the level. On the 1st and 2nd levels, they got those keys without too much trouble. But now the 3rd level, they've discovered that the key happened to be inside the lair of a beholder. And to get into that beholder, the party had to engage in every trap on the level in order to get these tiny little eyes that would help them unlock the door into the lair of the beholder. So that's what they did last week. They went through bunches of different traps, meeting a whole horde of new fun people, like a boar's head that almost took Captain Laszlo's head off. And we watched the party turn into frogs, which was fun. And, well, the party managed to get through to Yaka, the golden skull that won't stop talking around Pijo's head, finally was quietened. And so now we sit and rest with our adventurers after they have gained the full benefits of a full long rest in a tiny little hidden alcove where they aren't actually sitting. Where is everyone? There you
Well, I'm
are.
right here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to grab you all and move you over forcefully. So as everyone squoze into this tiny little space, I believe I'm missing someone. Pijo.
Hello.
So after you guys have gained the benefits of a full long rest, hit points back up to maximum, spell slots all refreshed, and everything as good as it should possibly be, what do you want to do on this morning? I believe there was some discussion going around of doing a few experiments first. So, what would the party like to do?
So the night before we set up camp, I have learned the blindness and deafness spell, copying it from Raznese's spell book, and I have spent 10 minutes and the necessary components to also resummon a familiar. So everyone say hello to Alando 2.
Hello.
Sorry about that, fella. You can still call him Alando.
Okay.
I'll be referring to him as number 2.
I'm I'm number 2. Aren't I the same one, or am I a different spirit?
I literally don't know. So you tell me. I'll undo. Number 2.
I don't know who I am anymore. Face
You
spirits
and me
having an
both, buddy.
identity crisis. It's terrible.
All right, and then on and that night I also attuned to the staff of healing.
Okay.
And I would share our discussion with everyone. If we're going to head to that Beholder's palace tomorrow morn, there are a few spells that I can cast ahead of time, each of varying lengths and difficulty. But I did intend to cast Fly on Zola, and I'm happy to talk about this here, where we are right now. But if we talk about any other plans, we should do so clandestinely, because we don't know whether or not the eyes in the purple mold can read our lips or hear us or anything like that. But I can cast See Invisibility on myself so that I can detect where the Beholder will be. I can cast Tongues on anyone who wishes to speak with the Beholder. And I can cast Fly on Zola, who is the fastest of us, and will be able to, if worse comes to worse, zip in and zip out if everything else fails. I would cast it on myself as well, so as to be able to get quickly and to close into the distance to blind the Beholder. And I can cast Fly on one additional person if anyone would like me to concentrate on that for their behalf. Bijou, I don't think you need my assistance in that regard.
But I appreciate your assistance.
Would anyone else like the benefit of flight? That spell I can only concentrate on it for 10 minutes, so it should be like the last spell that we cast, and perhaps we should get closer to the door before I cast that spell. In fact, perhaps we could climb up that spiral staircase before I cast it, and cast it there, and then walk back down to the door so we're as close as possible without being near the purple things.
That's going to have to be how it is, because you're going to have to see me in order to cast stuff on me, right?
Yeah,
so if I'm going to do my thing, then I need to do my thing before we descend into the areas of the... And if Carmen's going to do her thing, that's going to take 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, so if I'm going to set up the hut again by the entrance, we've got a point of safety, then I feel Fly might be better on either, if you guys are all flying already, Pijao, you've got your wonderful wings, so you're fine. But I'm wondering if Laszlo or Tower would need it, but then, because I'd have to stay in the hut, so if we have the hut set up, I'd have to stay within that vicinity anyway. And if I need to fly urgently, I can always cast Fly myself with my loot, so it might be better for one of those guys.
Tower, Laszlo, do you guys have a preference? Which of you flies?
Give it to Laszlo.
Very well, I'll do that.
Who is running Laszlo for the night?
I am running.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to... I can't do
You're going to
Russian.
have to split. I can't do Russian.
Can't do Russian accent.
Just do the Tower accent,
No.
everyone.
Trying to turn it into Scottish. It's a bit weird. Laszlo is Scottish tonight because it's too close to Tau.
He's been spending so much time hanging out with us with our weird foreign accents,
Yeah.
It's blending in a little bit.
Okay. So,
So it is my understanding that Carmen, since Yaka offered the bit of information that the Beholder is musically inclined, that we intend to challenge the fella to a battle of musical abilities, and to the winner goes the spoils of the skeleton key. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just thinking that if we have to fight him, then we can at least try to do something non-lethal first. And if he likes a bit of singing and he's probably been down here lonely for a long time, we can have a bit of a sing-song. If it goes pear-shaped, we're fighting him anyway. We're already prepped for that. If it doesn't go pear-shaped and I can convince him that actually we'll have a sing-song, we'll have some fun. If we could borrow that key, we might be able to free him one day. But it might actually be more of a pleasant encounter rather than doom and gloom. And if we give it a try, we've got nothing to lose. Is Yaka in the vicinity while this conversation's going on?
Yep, Yaka is always in the vicinity.
Okay.
He is with all of us.
Okay. So I think Yaka, what do you think? Do you think we should have a bit of a sing-song? Do you think he's been a bit lonely in there?
Well, it's certainly been a long time since I've spoken to him. And I know what solitude does for me. I go a little bit crazy. I don't know if you've noticed. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think you've kept yourself sane with your jokes. I think you've done a really good job keeping yourself sane.
Good. I appreciate that. So yeah, I think he'd be in high spirits to have some new visitors. I mean, it's not every day that dinner, friends comes walking to him.
Do beholders actually eat people, or is that just something that they say?
I mean, why else would they have tongues?
Well, they don't
To
have
sing with, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But I don't have a tongue. I don't need to sing. Oh,
Oh, a little virtuoso.
I could be a bard.
I think
Yaka saying.
Yeah, I think Yaka could. Yeah.
I'm gonna hand the eyeballs that I have to Carmen.
Oh, I give mine to Carmen as well. Right before we head out, I'll cast the tongues spell on you so that you have the facility to speak and anyone can understand you. I encourage you as soon as the door opens to begin speaking in case this fella is more of the shoot first and ask questions never type.
That's cool, but so we're using the eyeballs to open the door. So how do we time setting up? I need a minute to set up the hut. So do we set up the hut, then pop the last eyeball in, just so that when it opens, I don't want him to know it's there. So it's going to be just more of a to keep everyone safe. Yaka, to keep you safe as well.
I think we should get you set up first, and then we should run up and do our thing, and then come back down. Then last eyeball.
Can do. And with the purple stuff around, I can always just play a little tune, because then if there is anything watching from that, then it's it might be more of a kind of introduction and not a non-threatening. I just think if we walk past it all armored up, he's going to expect to fight, whereas if we kind of go past it without our weapons all drawn and maybe playing a little tune, it might keep him calm and relaxed and less likely to try and rip our heads off.
Makes sense to me.
Do we wish to try something with the purple moss?
I think we just leave it.
This stuff is everywhere, and he can see through it, and maybe project his powers through it.
Yeah, but if we attack it before entering, he's gonna know that something's not right.
But if we have to retreat, and it is everywhere, departure may be foreshortened.
Well, I think we have the plan to act diplomatically with the beholder, and if we plan to execute said plan, then we should do so with the expectation that it'll be successful. So if we are successful, then at the end of the encounter, we'll still be friends, and it is unlikely he'll want to do us ill will. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to kill the beholder, like most likely. And if that's the case, then there's a chance that the eyes in the purple mold will no longer be functional, since they operate at his discretion, at its discretion. I don't want to decide. So I'm inclined to let the purple stuff be as it is for now,
Mm.
and then hope for the best should anything go awry in our execution of the plan.
I think that makes sense. I just want to convince him to give us the key, give us the skull key. That's all, and then just borrow it and bring it back. So
I have concern about this moss, but I have faith in Common. So let us. I am sure we will prevail this day.
and if I fail, then
we
we
will
do our
kill it.
thing. We do our thing. Yeah, yes.
If the worst comes to pass, it's been a pleasure serving with you all.
Likewise, but that won't be the case. We'll be fine.
I'll just aim for the eye if we need to. That should be fine.
It'll be
So,
fine.
Fine.
the prep stuff. You go upstairs. You cast your spells.
So before
and
we
then
left,
you come back down.
I cast see invisibility on myself and tongues on Carmen.
Okay.
Tower is going to cast enhance ability on Carmen.
Okay.
No, no. That'll be charisma.
And then when Carmen goes to set up her her hut, I'm going to head back to the towards the spiral staircase. I'm going to stop here and ritually cast Unseen Servant to have that door remain opened.
Okay.
And I'll say, Laszlo, come with me, so I can give you the ability to fly.
So you guys are doing this while Carmen is setting up the hut.
Aye.
Okay.
Where put the hut?
I'm going to put the hut by, so the entrance that we're at, it's inside there is where there's the frictionless floor, or is it inside the next room?
Inside the next room.
Inside the next room.
So
okay.
the hut creates a, what is it, 15 foot by 15 foot?
You can't leave it.
No, I know I can't. That's why I'm saying don't worry about putting fly on me. 10 foot.
Yeah,
10
I
foot
know.
radius.
If we're going to do this thing, I'll find
10 foot radius.
So I'm gonna put it more. So here's a question: if I was to cast it so that that block there is like the, let's say the center point or the back of it, if it's over the top of the frictionless floor, would that give me a little bit more of a platform to stand on? But then equally, if he then puts his big eye on me, that'll dispel it. So then I'll fall over anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you are placing it there.
Yeah.
If the eye ray doesn't cover the entire thing, if the anti-magic cone doesn't cover the entire hut, then only the part that is in the ray is dispelled.
Right. Okay.
But if it covers the central point where it was set from, then, or rather, I shouldn't say dispelled, I should say suspended.
Yeah.
The magic is not dispelled, it is suspended.
Okay.
So you're casting that there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In a 5 foot wide, 10 foot tall corridor, you're creating a dome that is a 10 foot radius dome. That those outside the dome when the spell is cast cannot pass through.
So I'll wait for them to come back then.
Are we all squeezing there?
But then it's going to take 10 minutes to set it up, and that's how long the flight lasts.
I
Okay.
think it's
I'll come
Okay.
back.
I'm when I noticed you moving away, I realized, okay, that's gonna put a damper on your entire plans if you do that.
Okay, I forgot the details of that spell, so I'll stay with Carmen while she casts the spell, so that I can move out of the hut when she's done.
Can I not cast it when everyone comes back downstairs?
We want to maximize the time on the fly spell, which only lasts 10 minutes. So I'll let you finish your hut, and then we'll cast fly and then come back.
Because your hut lasts 8 hours, right?
It lasts, yeah, it takes 1 minute to put up and then lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
So people can't walk through it, are you saying?
No,
Only those who are inside the hut when it's cast
Yeah.
can enter and exit freely. Okay.
So
So
if with a song,
If you stay inside, if you cast it and you leave, the whole thing is dispelled.
Yeah.
But if anyone in your party is outside the radius when you cast it, they cannot get inside.
right.
So we're all
Which,
going to...
in a corridor
Just
like
find
that,
it.
completely
You
blocks
got-
the way. Everyone's
got-
getting inside, you cast it, they go out, then they do their thing, then
Yeah.
they come back, they can come in, but you stay in the hut for that duration.
Cool. Sorry, I was worried everyone. I was going to cast it and nobody would be in it, and then it'd be like, oh. So okay. Cool.
Okay, so it's cast. Oops. It's cast. Boop.
So you guys are going to have to squeeze together because you're in a tight corridor that's even less space than the
Just
normal
flapping. Just like
capabilities.
I
Okay.
will pick up on.
All right. Then you cast it, you go out, you do your things. So, for the start, rather than worrying about anything, the mode of operations, for the start of this encounter, when the door opens, Zola is both invisible and has 10 minutes of fly time. Averine has see invisibility and fly,
Aye,
right? And see invisibility is not concentration.
correct.
Okay. Any other spell effects that I should be aware of just in case it gets dispelled or suspended, rather?
Enhance ability is on Carmen.
Okay.
But I don't know
How does that work?
if the anti-brace, but like if he's got an eye on her, I'm the caster. Is cancelled. Is that effect cancelled on her, even though I'm casting it and I'm outside the ray?
The anti-magic cone suspends any magical effects that are currently inside its area of anti-magic field. So if the spell is cast on Carmen, then Carmen is the effect that gets suspended, not you. Okay? All right. So you put the 10 eyeballs in the in the holes surrounding the huge mirror. Everyone's ready? Okay. As you finish the last crystal eyeball. What was that?
Bel,
What
well,
was
no,
his
his
name?
name, Beljourg.
Beljourg, wasn't it?
Belcorge.
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 So, as the last piece goes in, all 10 of them light up and seemingly blink for a second before they look at whoever it is that's right in front of the door, which apparently is Carmen, I believe. Then the whole vault door begins to just shudder and shake as it drops down into the ground. It lowers down, revealing in front of you this huge chamber that is, I want to say, about 50-foot diameter chamber. The ceiling at the edge you can make a rough estimate in this domed ceiling that at the central point is probably about 30 foot high, roughly. From your vantage point as you look in, there are alcoves all around with all of these golden tiny little skulls, just like Yaka, that are just positioned in these alcoves. In the center of the room is what appears to be a black pillar, beyond which two humanoid silhouettes covered in blue cloth. And I will reveal it. If you have any questions about what I've just described, please say so now. Dotted around the edge of the frictionless floor, the floor that looks like a mirrored surface, are tiny little bits of those purple mold dotted around. What are you doing?
I'm going to have my loot, and just pling and go. I am looking for Belgorge, who is apparently the greatest singing beholder of this realm. And I want to know if that's true.
Roll a persuasion check. Or intimidation, either one, depending on what you're trying to achieve here.
With advantage, because unless he's looking at us, which I don't think he is.
Intimidation or...
Intimidation or persuasion.
Okay. Definitely that one then. 23.
Okay. You get the eerie sense of being watched an instant before all magical effects in the corridor are suspended. He is looking straight down that corridor, so that it looks like the only ones that would be affected would be Carmen's hut, the bear's endurance, and the fly on Zola.
Does that affect magic items like the AC that I get from my Ring of Protection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to keep that in mind in case.
Suspended for the time being.
Okay.
You summoned me. Who dares summon me?
I am summoning you because I've heard rumors that you have got this voice that must be heard if anyone is visiting this tomb. And if you wouldn't mind, I believe that I'd like to hear you sing, and we could have a bit of a contest here. Bit of a contest. What is it that you would like? What could I do for you?
So you, little one, come to my lair and challenge me?
I request a performance more so due to your reputation, but also offer you an opportunity to ask for something you may wish, such as example, would you like to get out of here and stop being under the control of a Serac?
You know, I quite like it here. Serac's playthings do tend to waltz right up to me. Something fun to enjoy.
So you like being a pet?
If you want to make things easier for me, you'd just step on forward and allow me to feast upon you.
Here's the deal. Why don't we have this out, me and you, right now? And then I might give you a chance to have a feast. But alternatively, if I am worthy opponent, I just need to borrow something from you, and then I'll leave you in peace. And I've heard amazing things from Yaka.
What? That little fool? Where is
Ah,
he? He'll look, and there's a little golden skull on the floor.
ah,
Magic's currently suspended.
Piju kind of cries a little bit.
I was
when
going
he
to pick it
notices
up.
that.
Throw it.
If it touches him, does that mean it follows him around forever now?
You can have
See.
this one, and I'm going to throw it into the chamber.
Rawr.
there he is.
Roll a persuasion check. What do you want from me, little one?
Well, all I want to borrow is you have a skull key, which could really help us get to where we need to go. We'd like to meet your boss, your daddy, the parent. Even though you like it here and you like being his pet, that's fine. But we just want to borrow the key. No harm to you. No harm to your environment. And if we see any travelers along the way, how about, as an extra little bonus, we'll send them up to see you. Like, you know, like a delivery, like a Just Eat delivery service.
Just eat.
Yeah,
Sounds like a business plan.
doesn't it? And we could really help. But I
Right.
just need that key.
Then what will you give me if I win?
If you win,
If I win, I'm going to kill and eat you anyway. But
well, there you
what
go.
on top of that?
Well,
What's the incentive?
the incentive is, you know, a free meal, clearly. But then also it'll give you surely a little bit of entertainment. You must be pretty bored down here all this time. So we could just have a fun time. And then if I win, let's say we have a little bit of a battle here, I win, we borrow the key, and then we just send people up your way to give you a free lunch. So you get a continuous little bit of nibbles. And then if you win, then we're here already. And you've had a bit of entertainment. It's like a, you know, cabaret and dinner type thing.
You sound scared to me.
My friend thinks you're scared.
Very well. You win the challenge. I'll let you take the key.
Ooh.
I'll even give you a clue. The key lies beneath one of these two blue cloths.
What's underneath the blue cloths if it's not the key?
You have to win to find out.
Uh,
But if I win, I eat you. Slowly.
okay. Well, you can try. But I'm sure, you know, it will be easy. I mean, look how little I am compared to you.
Okay. And with that, the room before you has a reflective floor, a mirrored floor, almost like a dance floor. The dome begins to light up with all different kinds of colors and images as the beholder begins to use his 10 different eye rays to actually light up the place somewhat. It does give you a glimpse. He is currently positioned right above the central pole. Okay. Using all the lights that he's doing gives you a clue that he is right there. Even though he is invisible, he is positioned there. Yes, Carl?
Thank you for observing my about to ask a question. So there's a pillar in the middle of the room.
There is a pillar in the middle of the room that is about 5 foot high.
Oh, okay. That was
from floor to the pillar, and he is sat on top of it more or less. Then the lights seem to be coming out of it like he's one big disco ball.
very well.
Okay.
Carry on.
Right. He starts to hum to himself, and Belcorge is going to sing, you're going to sing, we're going to roll off performance. Belcorge is going to sing, you're going to sing, we're going to roll off performance, and we'll do it 3 times. we'll see how it goes. So, with the lights flashing, I'm very sorry. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
All right. So,
Okay.
he starts. Who's this? Who's this? There's people everywhere. Who's this? There's creatures in my lair. Who's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Bellcoach. This is fun. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? My eyes will kill you all. Who's this? Be careful of the walls. Who's this? The dungeons are lined with medium creatures screaming. Every body seems so squishy. Could they possibly be fishy? Who's this? Go.
Carmen,
Okay.
that was pretty good. Good luck.
It was, wasn't it? And I'm gonna. Okay. I like the light show you had going on. Okay. Well.
Which immediately stops when it's your turn to sing.
Okay.
I will speak up. Say, Carmen. It only seems fair that you have a light show as well. Perhaps you can persuade him to not look in your direction with his anti-magic cone, so that you can also have lights.
That's a good point. Because I was
Definitely no other reason for that than the lights.
Okay. So before I begin, would you mind not looking at me with that big gorgeous eye, just so that I can do the same type of theatricals as you and make it more of a show for you to be entertained? Because I can't do all of this amazing lighting and flair when you're looking at me like that.
Roll a persuasion check. Because I know what this is about. 19. Okay. You've piqued his interest, and his insight is not very good. Okay. He turns away.
Okay.
Your hut and everything is back up.
Yeah.
I'm sure a whole host of spells are now going to be cast.
Yes. Well, it's prestidigitation. It's going to be, so when the music kicks in, she's going to have a light show, and then there's going to be the odd sparkle of glitter and fireworks, and it's just going to be all big, shiny, glittery excitement. Yeah,
Okay.
like the Nicolas Cage gift going on. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And join in, guys. You want to join in? This thing above. I can't handle it. This thing called love. I must get around to it. I ain't ready. Crazy little beholder. This thing, beholder. It cries
Like a baby.
in a cradle all night. It swings.
Both ways.
It hides.
It dies.
It shakes all over like a jellyfish. I kind of like it. Crazy little beholder. Boom.
A minor illusion. Lots of applause. Thunderous applause.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
With advantage.
27, because he's looking away.
It's not even possible. An 8. All right. The central eye goes back on you. Fine. Now to get serious.
Okay. Okay. Bring it. Bring it.
The magic rays shift the light to go a bit darker. You're all going to die down here. You're all going to die down here. When the traps trigger, up ahead, and you're hours and hours from your next long rest. Just remember what Belcorge said. Yes, you're going to die down here. Oh, you're going to die down here.
That was a little depressing.
Me.
It's depressing.
You need to get serious, Carmen.
Okay. 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 I can get serious. I can get serious.
You
I'm
won
gonna
the
say-
first round. You're
Yeah.
not going to win the second.
If I don't run out of air here, I will. Right. Because this is hard. This could go terribly wrong. It's fine. I got it. Right. Okay. Gonna get serious. It's fine. Look. If you had one shot and one opportunity save everyone you've ever loved in one moment, would you capture it? Her palms are sweaty, knees weak, arm is heavy. There's vomit on her skirt already. Pajal spaghetti, she's nervous. But on the surface she looks calm and ready to drop songs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Because everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Time's up, over, blast, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Gardy. Oh, it must be Averine. She's so mad, but she won't give up that easy. Nope, she won't have it. She knows her back up to these ropes. It don't matter. She don't. She knows that we're broke. She's so magic. She knows that when she goes back to her Candlekeep home, it's back to the lab again. Yo, the whole rhapsody. Better not get captured and hope she don't kill you.
Better lose yourself.
Never let it go. We've only got one shot. He's not gonna take our souls. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Boom!
Oh.
Oh, I love it too much.
You hear Peter behind, like, I thought she liked my spaghetti. Oh my god.
Oh, I love that for it.
Well done. Well done. All right. Second round of performances, though this time he's turning his eye to look at you before you do this. So,
Although I think that could warrant an advantage because it was, you know,
Natural advantage.
just eloquent.
go ahead. You got to beat his 26.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my lord.
Oh. Luck,
Okay.
luck,
Luck.
One.
Luck.
luck.
Okay, go ahead. Fine.
Do I just roll the same one again? Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
No.
Aye.
Oh.
So, one round apiece. Next one decides it.
Okay.
So, all the flare goes back up. In the heat of the moment, while he's singing, he also doesn't look at you. So, all of your magics are all back up and everything. For one more. Be my meal, be my meal. Put your swords down and kneel. Tie this noose around your neck, blondie, and I'll do all the rest. Disintegrate and death rays. Why, I might even listen to your praise. See my eye rays, they're your grave. Don't believe me? Make a dex save.
Oh.
That one sounded like a threat.
Your turn.
All right.
One last one.
All right. Okay. So with this one, it can go on for as long or as short as it needs to, because I don't want people to get bored. So just put your hand up, Aaron, when you've had enough, and just knock me.
I win.
Oh.
Geez, you prepared music and everything. I'm so impressed.
When there's nowhere else to run, is there room for one more song? One more song. Who gets that? If you can behold her, if you can hold on, hold on. And if he's not looking at her at this point,
No, he's not. He's not.
she's gonna do some fireworks, boom, and then some pink smoke, and then glitter rain down on him. And then she's gonna have like laser beams dashing out.
Exactly how sparkly is this right now? Just curious minds are wondering.
I want to stand up. I want to let go. You know, no, you don't, you don't. I want to shine on in all hearts of elves. I want a meaning from the back of my broken spells. Arthur's headaches, another heartbreak. He's so much older than I could take. An inspiration. Well, it comes and goes. I need direction to perfection. No, 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 help me out. Yeah, you know you gotta help me out. Yeah. Oh, you give me that key now. Yeah, you know you gotta help us out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do.
Roll your performance.
All right.
And I'll let you roll first this time.
Oh.
So you don't get to find out whether or not that 22 is a success before you decide to do something else to it.
Oh, but it was so good.
It was a very good one.
Fail called did the crap.
Are you sticking with the 22?
If I do another luck.
You got your actual inspiration.
Yeah, but that's just a luck anyway. If I do a luck, do I then get to choose?
If you do luck, you get to choose.
Okay. Performance or persuasion? Could I use persuasion?
We agreed at the beginning that it would be three performance checks. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's better.
Okay.
23.
Oh, it doesn't take the 26. It has to still be the 23.
It has to be.
Well, his eye's not on her, so my thingy's given advantage still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't beat a 26 because we saw that was.
That's a natural 20, yeah. I was at 12 anyway.
Fails.
Although I don't trust that he's going to keep his deal. I'm just saying.
I concede. You may have performed better than I, little blondie.
Thank you.
You also had backup singers, so if it was an even match, I'm sure I would have won as well.
I thought your lyrics were fantastic, though.
Come, take your prize.
She's going to just step to the edge of the hut. My legs are really tired.
You have to come in and pick one of the two. You can take both.
Okay.
But the key that you seek is behind these two. One of these curtains.
Okay. All right. And we're just going to quickly just my loot's a bit damaged. We're going to quickly twinge it quickly, and she's going to just Celine fly on herself.
He's looking at you, so it doesn't work.
Okay,
But, you knew that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, can I? That's fine. I'm going to send in. I've got a little servant. Do you mind? Because he carries my loot for me and stuff, and I'm so exhausted after that performance. So he's just going to quickly go and grab one, and then we'll be out of your way. And then I'll clear up here. Let me tidy up. What the woman does, I'll just tidy up quickly.
All right. Send in your man.
Okay. Ciao.
Yes,
Hey.
Mistress.
Hello. So this wonderful being here. He's happy for us to borrow the skull key that we need. But it's over there underneath one of the blue capes we can see.
Okay.
Do you mind just flying over and getting that for me so I can pack up?
Yes. Okay. I'll go.
Because you know I just walk march. My legs are tired.
So tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go do this, guys. Okay.
Okay.
La la la. Just going around. Don't worry me. Gonna just fly around the circle here. Okay.
We've already won already. Just go get it, Pijo.
Okay.
Yeah.
His eyes follow Pijo a little bit. They don't go all the way, and Pijo, you'll notice that some of your magic still works once you get around to the other side.
The other side. Yeah.
But all of the magic by the door back up. So what's happening?
Okay. Well, I'm going to. He said we could take both of them, so I'm gonna.
One, I believe.
Well, you can take them both, but he's saying your prize is underneath one of the
two
curtains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I guess just use my talons to get the both of them, and bring the
At
one
the
that's
same
actually...
time.
Just slide them this way, Pijo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll slide them that way, because then they'll just slide over there, because it's frictionless, right? No, but they're standing up, so I don't think I'm gonna use the talons to take them off so I can see what they look like underneath.
Lift the cloth. Okay.
Yeah.
You grab 1 foot on each of the cloths, and you lift and pull the cloths off. Let me remove.
Oh, how
the cloths
tall is
so
this
you've
building,
got them.
by the way? Just so I know if I need to fly
Your
straight
point,
up.
it's a domed structure. 30 foot is at the center. From where you are, it's closer to 15 foot tall.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's not really much space to go. Unfortunately, as you pull up on the cloths, you see 2 things, one underneath each one. Under the leftmost one is a skeleton that looks like the skeleton of yours, and he instantly falls over. He's not being held up anymore. But the other thing, the statue, looks very familiar. In fact, it looks like a statue you've seen fairly recently, as it stood there holding a bronze shield. Pijo, are you wearing anything metal?
Son of a mother. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have a bow and arrow. I have... Oh, no.
Does Yaka get dragged to it?
Yes. Now that it is... no, gold is not... gold is not magnetic.
But it's metal, right? I didn't do good at chemistry, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so he does, and he gets disintegrated, and he dies. He's off in another room. Your Yaka problem is solved. But Pijo...
But what do I need to? What is the save that I need to make to resist? Because I'm gonna
save.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Okay.
Okay, you managed to withstand the pull.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my talon, yank the key, and bolt out. Since I was able to resist that thing.
So the key is still a skull on the rest of the body of a skeleton that dropped prone. So you go down, you need to break it off of his neck or something. You need to grapple. Go ahead and roll an athletics.
I can make can I just make an attack with his talon? Because the Pijo, it's a natural weapon.
Yeah. Make an attack with the talon.
Okay. Actually, that might be worse than an athletics check for me, now that I think about it. Where's my talon attack? It's the same, so yeah. I'll do... Jeez Louise.
Unfortunately, the 6 misses.
The 6 or the 8 may not. Well, I get 2 attacks if this is a round, so I can do it again.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Does the 10 hit? What are these rolls?
The 10 does hit.
Okay.
The 10 hits, breaks the head off of the neck. The skeleton bones just seem to dissipate and fall around. You now have the skeleton key in your hand. What's everyone else doing?
Watching the beholder.
I'm just looking at Pijo like, come back.
I'm gonna. I'm just waiting for my turn. I want to give everybody a chance.
We're not in turns.
So, is anyone else doing anything else? Is anyone else going inside or?
Kyle's going to be. I'd like to ask Great Beholder. You've been watching us.
Averine, you've got see invisibility up, right?
Unless the cone is facing at me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great Beholder, have you been watching us in the moss?
But of course I have.
Well, he can't go right there because of the hut, right?
Okay, so he goes there.
Mhm.
Great. That's enough for Peugeot to squeeze past if he needs to.
Peter doesn't see him.
You're certainly
Yes.
taking your time.
I'm working.
It
around
looks like the rest of your party aren't doing anything. So in which case, one more strength saving throw as you begin trying to move away from this thing.
Where'd that go? Strength.
Oh, man.
I might need to use my inspiration on this one. Where is it? Yeah. I drag it on. Choose one. Yeah, I don't need to increase the melee reach. Yeah, so I'm going to roll that again. Jesus.
You are immediately pulled straight back and are now restrained by the magnetic pull of the statue. Now, on your person, you have arrow tips that are metal.
Yes.
Do you have any non-magical daggers?
Yes.
Okay. What's your armor made out of?
It's metal. Well, it's not all metal, but it has metal on it. I think it's studded leather. Yeah, studded leather.
Okay. So in which case, all of these things are going to start to dissolve. What's everyone else doing? You've seen Pijo get pulled back.
Guys, hello.
I will go get him.
Put that blanket back over it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can reach it, guys.
You're standing right next to it.
Oh, I am standing right next to it. I'm gonna try to grab the blanket and put it over the statue.
The blanket moves as if pulled by some other force and slides across. No, that wouldn't be nearly as much fun.
Well, last time this happened to Peugeot, he just got naked, and that worked out. So Peugeot's going to start undoing his armor, but he's going to lose his bow and arrow and everything except for the Lich Dagger, and that's not necessarily going to be all that great. So, but yeah, I'm going to do that for now. Is there a way to pull out if I do another strength save to pull away, or is it just stuck there now?
Every turn you can make another strength save to try and resist the pull. I'm just waiting a couple seconds to give other people an opportunity to do stuff. He's currently not looking towards the party, so magic isn't suspended.
He's looking at Pijo, though, so anything I cast on Pijo isn't going to apply.
Oh, can I feel him looking at me? With my magic?
He's actually not looking at you simply because that would negate the trap.
Oh.
He doesn't want to do that. Not just yet.
At least I'm safe from the trap for now. At least until my equipment's all destroyed.
So you take all of your armor off?
Well, does anybody else have an idea before that? Because I don't know how well armored is Peugeot.
I can come in as a spider and come and get you, but I'm kind of like thinking negate me as soon as I walk in there.
That's the worry. I can come in and do something, but if he looks at me, I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do.
What's the range on enhance ability? Because that would give me advantage on the strength saves, I think. But I don't know if you can cast it from that far. I think it's 50 feet from where you are. So.
Obviously, as long as they way doesn't. Could I? If I was to make an action on something, could I make an action immediately after, or would that give the beholder a chance to look at me?
Because everything kind of worked at the same time, he would have an opportunity to act for every time you act.
Right. Okay.
Could the invisible flying snake lady fly across the room to me and hold me and then pop out?
Everybody else is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Everybody else is going to get affected by the same thing.
I'm going to lose all my stuff. I won't be able to
shoot.
resist that strength saving throw. I'm the same as you in that regard.
I'm just going to walk in and I'm gonna head towards towards one of those blankets
Okay.
or one of those sheets.
As you walk in, his eye is going to be focused on Averine, which does mean Averine doesn't see where he is. But his eye is obviously focused on Averine because she can't see. Yeah.
Is there a moment when his eye is changing gaze that I could break away from that I would no longer be held by the trap? It depends on the rotation. So
not right now.
Okay.
I mean, he's keeping his back to you more or less.
Yeah.
So Averine, you're moving through. The floor is frictionless. As you're moving along it, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
So I have fly. So initially I'm flying until at some point. So at one point, am I no longer flying? I guess.
The moment you cross through the threshold, he turns to look at you.
Okay.
Rini, hello. Hi.
Don't worry, Piju. I'm coming for you.
Too late.
21.
Nice. You're able to keep yourself up. You are up, but you gave yourself momentum, so you're now going to slide across the frictionless floor.
Sweet, free movement. So
Yep.
I'll hit the blanket or sheet or whatever.
And then bounce off the wall and head right towards Pijo.
If I can, and then put the blanket wherever it needs to be.
Okay. Throwing the blanket over the top of Pijo, you are released.
Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away.
At that point, the beholder is not looking at Averine, and Averine can watch it turn its gaze towards the party. Then its eye rays begin to twitch. He's not going to live up to his side of the bargain. We're going to roll for initiative.
God.
This is
What's
good.
that deal? So is PJ back? Is he with us now with the skull key before that kicks off?
Oh, I'm
No.
assuming
That's when his trigger was when two people were on the other side of the other. So after Averine threw it over at that point, go. But you do now have the key at least to Pijo.
So being on that for the little bit, did it do anything significant to my gear?
How many of your items are actually covered in leather or wrapped
They're
up?
all-
I would imagine your arrows would be inside a quiver, so they're fine.
Yeah.
Your studded leather will have dissolved down to just be leather.
Okay.
And
Is that
I
a
don't.
one
I'm pretty sure that doesn't work that way, but it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
So it's just reduced by one, and you don't have any daggers.
They would have all been sheathed or in something, so they would.
Yeah. So as they were sheathed, they were fine.
Okay.
Oh
So-
wow, he rolled low.
Oh, thank God. I'm sure he has layer actions that he can screw us with, but
Where's
Wow.
What?
I just realised what my initiative roll was.
dang, Tower, you get that EJNL up in here. Shoot.
Sorry, that second initiative is Laszlo.
Okay. You should have the power to manipulate your own initiative value. So if you'd like to change your value to 26 and then roll for Laszlo again and change his value to 13.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All of you. Okay. At the start of the round, his eye is fixed on the door from this direction. Tower, what do you do anything? Would Averine warn the party that Belcorge is about to attack?
So I'll probably yell at Belcorge, "Hey, what are you doing? Your eyes look awfully twitchy over there at roughly the western edge of the chamber."
Tower is going to do something anyway because Rini's kind of sliding around on. She's kind of sliding around and Peach is free. So Tower is going to conjure animals.
I should not be flying or sliding right now because I have flight.
You have flight. Right.
So
they can both. They're both. So you could both be up in the air where you are at the moment. Then.
Yep.
Okay.
So is Tower aware that he's twitching?
Yes.
And they're both flying.
Yep.
And they both know the direction that they're heading in.
Yep.
Casting Sleep Storm.
You're casting Sleep.
Right in the middle of the area. I'm not in his direct vision, so I cast it.
Okay.
There'll just be a tunnel of no Sleep Storm where he's looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else would be
a tunnel of free space.
That would let us know where he is, though.
He can't see because it's heavily obscured.
Mm-hmm. So, Freezing's 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. The area is heavily obscured and exposed to flame in the area are doused. Okay. The ground is covered with slick ice. Well, it's already difficult.
But it's not frictionless.
Good point. Good point. You end up doing the same thing anyways, but good point. All right. So you cast the spell. I would say that the very nature of the spell being present, he's not going to be able to dispel the entire spell area in one go. So you all can see not only his body because of the absence of... You're effectively going to see a circle with a blank space.
Yeah.
All of you. Circle with a cone. Okay. Anything else from you, Tower?
That's Tower.
Okay. At the end of Tower's turn...
Well, actually, Tower's going to move back so he can hold concentration. I think that's what he can do.
At the end of Tower's turn, a random eye ray is going to head towards Pijo.
He can't, because you can't see him. Everything is heavily obstructed.
You went back on your deal, Beholder.
That was tricksy. I like this tower.
Okay. So it can see within 120 feet. Huh. So the beholder is effectively blinded.
Except anybody within range of his cone. But then it's an anti-magic, so can't
Okay.
hide there.
All right. Pijo.
Pijo runs away.
Grab
He's already got the key. He's going to just do a dash action to, I guess, move 100 feet. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
He's going.
Bye, guys. I'm very scared. I gotta. Let's all go this way. The guy's really big. The door's really small.
Okay.
No, he's not going to go that far because he needs to stay there if Averine needs help. So he's going to just go to here. Because that wouldn't be a very good friend thing to do.
Has Averine just lost concentration on see invisibility and fly?
Fly. See invisibility is not concentration. So.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so Zola can't fly anymore. Neither can Averine.
Correct.
So Averine is stuck in the storm. Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Pijo?
I thought Averine was flying. What did she just lose?
Your spell broke her concentration.
Did she get damaged?
You can't maintain concentration with the storm.
Oh.
If a creature is concentrating in the spell's area, the creature must make a successful con save. Against your spell save DC, you'll lose concentration. Okay, so anything else from you, Pijo?
I use the dash to get over there. I don't really have any. Well, I'm within
sorry.
zone anyway, right? So I can't do any bonus action spells from here. I don't think.
From here, his cone only extends so far as Carmen in the doorway.
Okay, so
It doesn't
Can I-
extend any further than that point.
oh, I can't see him, so I can't mark him anyway. So I'm just gonna stay put now because I've used up my action and my move.
Okay. At the end of Pijo's turn, an eyeball is going to appear right behind Tower, and a random eye ray is going to go for Tower.
Tower's still in the protection. Alright. Oh, but I suppose there's stuff in that protection dome, isn't
But does the whole tiny hut disappear, or just the bit that he's looking at?
Okay, he picks a place inside the tiny hut then. Sound
Fair
good?
enough. Fair enough.
All right. I need Tower to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not
He
the
gets
worst.
to add Captain Laszlo's charisma to it,
+2.
so +2. Okay. On a successful save, you take half as much damage. So, 8. That's 31, half down to 15 points of necrotic damage. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Another con save. Come on.
Okay. Carmen, you're currently in his magical eye ray. What would you like to do?
I can't do any spells. I'm guessing cantrips also they're out as well. Oh God. Can I?
This moss is shooting at me.
I'm not going to be able to get to him. I'm going to hold an action. Oh, well, no. Can I just swipe at the moss that's around us? Could I just hack at that?
You can.
Is there any
You can
eyes
spend
in
an
front?
action attempting to attack a 5-foot chunk of moss, so that you can all see just how much moss is around you. Just going to move you all for a moment.
Okay.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares of moss.
It looks like every square in the hall has some moss in it.
Every
so
square
it's,
in the wall.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't want to waste the go, so I would, attack the moss next to me first. So on that block there.
Okay. With a 13 to hit, you start piercing at moss. Unfortunately, it seems to be unaffected to piercing damage.
It's fire only, isn't it? And I can't
Could be.
cast a spell. Yeah, I can't.
She
cast a
can't
spell.
poke one of the eyes with her piercing damage.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, like chop a head
The
off.
eyes don't appear until it's shooting out of it.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to hold for now then, because there's not much I can do until he stops looking at me.
Okay. At the end of her turn, a random eye ray is going to pop up and attack Pijo. I need Pijo to roll a dexterity saving throw.
This is just like Recco. It's his good save, and he still rolls a bad one.
You would get a 14 in total because of Laszlo. You fail, taking 10d8. It's 42 points of force damage.
I just got to math this real quick.
You can select your token and then just type -42.
Really?
Like,
I didn't know that.
Select your token and you'll see the green bubble appear.
Yeah.
Select the green bubble and type -42. enter.
Oh, dang. I've been doing
There you
this
go.
the long way this whole time. Wow. Thank
No
you.
problem. All right. Then we
What did
move
that
to
feel like?
Zola. Oh, your parts of your feathers began to just disintegrate instantly.
Oh.
If that had dropped you to 0 hit points, you would disintegrate. Zola.
My heart is pounding so hard right now. Can I confirm real quick that we know his position generally based on the Sleet Storm?
Yes. You
All
do.
right. So I'm still terrified, but I know that Averine's in there, and I am not leaving her to fend for herself. So I am going to proceed along the ceiling. So I'll get
Okay.
there, and then I'll keep going. And I will drop down and begin to attack.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to drop down, but, kind of like sneaky. hang
Lean
5
down.
feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 25. 'Cause it's invisible.
25 hits for 12.
Pop a 20 onto that for damage.
Yep.
And then, again. There you have that.
That'll hit.
And I am going to stay in his central eye ray and just be like, hello, handsome.
Okay. At the end of Zola's turn, his last legendary action will be to send a random eye ray to Tower because of the sleet storm. I need Tower to roll a dexterity saving throw. You get a +2 for Captain Laszlo.
Oh, I'm going to use my my inspiration on that one. How do I do that?
Drag and drop it to the table.
Tracking.
Okay, so re-roll the d20 you just rolled.
Come on. 18.
All right, that is a success. Okay, Captain Laszlo, what is Captain Laszlo going to do?
Well, I really want to kill this thing. I have no idea how he sounds.
I thought he was going to be Scottish, so.
That was such a valiant effort.
Knowing that he can only do physical stuff.
Would you want him?
I'm curious about
His most beneficial role right now is to stay close to as many party members as possible and boost their saving throws.
It's 10.
Yeah.
It's 10. It's 10 thingy, isn't it? So I'm
10
just
feet.
10 feet. So he's within range. So he's best thing to. Right. So he'll stay there, but he'll strike at the moss and attempt to smite it.
Okay.
Let's see if that.
He has a flame sword as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's got the flame
Yeah,
sword. So he's going to ignite the flames. We'll try that first. We'll ignite the flame sword and we'll strike with the flame sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attack with the flame sword. Flame tongue sword.
There you go.
Okay. With a successful hit and dealing 9 points of fire damage on the square that he is in. Oh, undo that. We have one square completely free of moss.
Okay, he'll. Is Tower Square counted, or is it this? Is it this one, the corner one?
It's-
Okay, I've had the corner one.
Okay. So for his second attack, he'll extend that even further.
Come on, 9. It's moss.
Yeah, 'cause he's
Gonna
got
miss the
not really got
no.
arms, legs.
He's not going to miss the floor because had he miss the floor, he'll hit it and destroy the moss there.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a fighter, also.
He's a fighter also.
Yeah.
All right.
Extra go.
Extra go. All right, so he'll do an action surge then. Is that correct? Has he got action surge?
Yes, he does.
I'll do an action surge. Right, I'll clear off the one that's next to tower.
Okay.
Because he's trying to fight with concentration. Oh, really?
But he's hitting the floor. It's fine.
Has Laszlo got...
Well, the 9 hit, so...
Yeah. He'll hit it.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yes, 10. All right, yeah. That's just really, like,
Don't stress.
really bad rolls.
Hits, destroys the moss.
Right, and then do the one you know, he's taking a shine to Carmen, so he'll do the one on Carmen's feet as well.
Pull Peach out.
Pull Peach out. I'm sorry. Oh my God, how bad are these rolls?
We gotta help Peach out.
He'll reach down to attack the one. As the blade enters into Carmen Square, the magic on it dissipates. The fire damage doesn't actually land on the mold.
Yeah, right.
Anything else from Captain Laszlo?
This is quite effective.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Averine, what are you going to do?
So my question is regarding concentration in the sleet storm. So I had to concentrate when the spell was cast. If I cast another concentration spell now, when would I have to roll concentration? Like immediately, or?
Since it follows when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it falls prone. If a creature is concentrating in the spell's area, the creature must make a successful Constitution saving throw. I would say it all applies at the start of your turn. So if you cast a new spell now, at the start of your next turn, you would have to roll concentration check.
Okay, so I can cast fly now then.
Yep.
All right, then I will. Can I see myself in the sleet storm? That I think I have to see. No, I just touch a willing creature.
No.
I'm a willing creature, so I cast it on myself. I fly.
Okay. All right.
All right, and I will blindly head in the direction of the beholder until I find the eye cone, so I can also be in it. Can I achieve that?
Yeah, I'll say you'll be able to. Well, yeah, because you're flying.
Aye.
Fly.
Yeah. If you're flying and then you find the icon, the fly is suspended. You're gonna hit the ground and slide, and keep doing that. You're gonna be in a constant cycle of moving in and out. And
Technically, the icon is pointing towards us. Everything else is not quite frictionless. The frictionless floor is guiding her directly to the doorway.
That is true.
I like
Sure.
that. That's
you
clever.
can just sit inside the cone. That's fine.
It's like a
Right.
slide.
Anything else from you, Averine?
I will be one square away from him if I can be in the cone.
Okay. All right. On his turn, he's going to move. That will provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have
Yes.
advantage.
So 23 will hit for 12 points of damage. Okay. The Sleet Storm. Where was it cast?
Where was it cast?
Yeah, where was it cast?
The whole room.
Well, it's it's the whole room's encompassing it. Yeah.
So he wouldn't be able
The
to.
reason why I ask is it's a 40-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder. So where is the point of origin of this?
I was going to put it further back, well, enough to keep the coverage to the center line, but it's going to be, because it's a sphere, there's going to be some like bleeding, I imagine. There might be a little bit of overlap. There might be a little bit.
That's where I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of overlap. Can you put a sphere down so I can see it, and then
40-foot radius
sphere. Whatever happens, it's going to, it's going to. I would say it would bleed into Carmen a little bit, but apart from that, it wouldn't bleed anywhere else.
Okay.
However, the actual her heart will protect us from it anyway.
Yeah, from the sleet storm it would.
Yeah.
Not from his eye. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Ooh.
It's massive.
I know.
That's how big the sleet storm is.
I know. So back it up. So where it was just encompassing.
Why do you not have it that big anyway? Well, you're in the hut.
Huh?
You're in the hut anyway.
No, I don't want it that big. So it'll start. It will affect me.
Oh, okay.
When I'm in it.
Okay.
So back a bit more. So it's a bit more.
That'll do.
Bit more.
Really?
Where
peach owl.
Yeah, I can get it there without it. Yeah, I can get it there. That'll be in the middle. So I can put it right at the back of the room, and it will affect everybody.
Okay. All right.
Tower's really good with geometry.
Fine.
It's that headband he has now.
Yeah.
Belcorge turns around.
And the hut's back up.
And the hut's back up, so...
It's too late.
Yeah. All right.
So he gets cut in half.
He turns around.
He should get severed. And like a couple of his eyes just land on the floor in front of me, and it's like, ah!
No, he would be pushed out. Right. Can't do anything inside the room, so once again, all 3 eye rays are going to go to targets that are inside the area. Right now, the only creatures that can be seen are Carmen and Pijo. So, 3 eye rays are...
Laszlo's in there as well. So Laszlo's...
Where is he? Where is he? Because he can't stand on the same position as someone else. So
yeah, sorry, I was Pijo's kind of flying, isn't he? So he should be there. Yeah.
First of the eye rays is a paralyzing ray going to Carmen. I need Carmen to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Are these coming from Belcorge or are they coming from the moss?
They're coming from the moss.
Okay, got it.
Okay. With Laszlo's +2, that's a success.
2 of them, right?
Moving on to the next one. There's only 2 areas, but he's still going to use 3 attacks from them. I need a con save from Carmen, please.
Yeah, 19.
+2.
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Successful save, take half damage on a success. That's 32 damage, half down to 16 points of necrotic damage. Roll a con save.
No, can't stand.
That is down. Next one is going to be also Carmen with a sleep ray. Wisdom saving throw against being put to sleep. You're a half elf, right? Magic can't put you to sleep.
I am. Yes.
All right. Fails. Tower.
Run away, run away, run away.
We've lost the heart.
All right, so how high is Belcor right now? Do we know?
He's currently positioned floating off the ground by 5 foot. He's in front of the door. Yes, you can attack him in melee.
A quick point of order. The hut is not a concentration spell.
No, it isn't. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure Aaron's not thinking the same thing.
Oh, that changes everything.
Hut is back up, guys.
Tower, what are you doing?
I am going to fire I'm going to do a create flame and fire that at the spot underneath Pijao.
Okay.
Just try and burn that shit away. There we go.
Okay. Hits, burns away. Anything else from you?
That's it for the moment.
Okay. End of your turn. I need Carmen to roll a Constitution saving throw. You take 10 points of necrotic damage. And we move to Pijo.
Okay. The cone's not facing us right now, right?
No, it's
Obviously,
not.
these eye rays are getting us. So I'm going to cast a healing spirit underneath me on the ground at level as a third level casting. I'm going to use my move to fly back and forward, so I will move into its space and get the healing from it, and then I'm going to. So with this sleet storm as it is, can I see him, or will I have advantage or disadvantage on this since he's invisible, but there's the whole storm all around
He's
him?
inside and he's blinded, so you have advantage on him, but there is a bit of fog, so it's cancelled out.
So just a regular attack. Okay. Yeah. So I'll roll that attack against him, then I'll roll the healing that I get from the thing. And I'm going to use my poison arrows on him, just for funsies. Does that hit?
Nope.
All right, and I'm going to use my second attack to try one more time.
Hits for 9.
Great. Plus 8.
8 poison. Okay.
And I'll roll my heals. I think it's 3d6, but I'll make sure. And so anybody who starts with or moves into the space with the healing spirit will get some heals.
All right. Anything else from you, Pijo?
That's all.
Okay. One last eye ray coming to Carmen, since she's the only one over Moss. That's a fear ray. I need Carmen to roll a wisdom saving throw against being frightened. Okay. That is a success. Carmen, what would you like to do?
Carmen would like to use her, she heard this story once of a girl called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So
my favorite story.
Yeah, such a good story. So she would like to use her super strength and jump, if she can, jump onto his back and knock out of him with the staff of striking with her super new green strength Hulk smash.
You should step backwards and jump back so you pass through the hill.
Just launch and
All right.
smash it.
Go ahead and launch your attack. Jumping out will remove the hut.
Yeah, it will. Is it kind of it's kind of in the hut, or is it not?
Can she reach
on the back of you and I'm just in
the
the hut?
staff? Because it looks like it's... No. Okay.
No. You want to touch him, you have to leave the hut. Okay.
That's a fair
God.
roll.
All right.
My God.
The hut. Oh, the kind of hut's kind of on the boundary. Ugh.
No, because any of that, or you step in and you step on the ground and all that. So it's not good either way. And then she'll just slide out into out of the hut and close it.
I kind of feel like we need to kill him, or we need to get Zola and Avery out. That's the main thing. We need to get those two out. So
do it.
Do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to, because I need to do something.
Do it.
Okay.
Okay. So you jump out. The hut is dispelled.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack. That is a miss.
Oh.
You can luck it.
I can luck it. Can I luck it?
Yeah, go on.
There we go.
Yeah. And I'm going to use a defensive flourish.
You're going to put some charges into it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, charges with that. So I'm going to do, I can do 3 charges per attack, up to 3 charges, and I have 10 charges in total on the staff. And the charge is, per charge is 1d6.
Yeah, so
if I do
3d6.
3, yeah. On top.
Yeah.
And then
A bardic inspiration.
a inspiration flourish, if I can.
Okay. All right. We'll hit for an extra 5. All right.
Attack. Second
She
attack.
gets 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
19 will hit.
I'll put some more charges in that one.
And I'm gonna, yeah, I'll put a
She's so her father's daughter
another
now.
flourish. Well, do the flourish,
Apple
and
of
then
my eye.
I'll put I don't want to use up all the charges, but I feel like we need to kill this thing, so I'll put 2 in.
Yeah. No, put it all in. Put it all in. Dump it. Dump it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's 17, 27. That one is 35.
Okay.
And your AC is currently 25.
Yes, my AC would now be 25.
Yep. Anything else from you, Carmen?
I believe that is it for me.
Okay. End of Carmen's turn. Another legendary action. This one is going towards Tower. I need Tower to roll a dexterity saving throw.
$13. No.
On a failed save, the creature begins to turn to stone and is restrained. It must repeat the saving throw at the start of its next turn. On a success, the effect ends. On a failure, the creature is petrified until freed by the Greater Restoration spell or other magic. Zola.
I wonder, do beholders have souls? When we kill you, are you going to go into the machine too? And then I will attack.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Hits for 12.
Make that 34. And again,
Yep.
additional 4.
Okay.
Stay where I am.
Captain Laszlo.
Captain Laszlo will go. My accent. I've got to Scottish again. Oh, we're going to stick with Scottish because I can do that one quite well. And we're going to go charging in, and we're going to thwack this guy with the flaming sword.
Okay.
Right.
23 hits.
So 4. Really, only 4 damage with him? I got a natural 1. Right. I'm going to shove a smite into that. That'd be correct, wouldn't it? Right, like you know this one better than me, Carl. Can you just up levels in smite?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he only has 2nd level spells, so max would be 3d8, I think.
Yeah, I'll stick a 2nd level into that, so it's 3d8 extra into that one.
Unless the beholder's an undead or fiend. No, okay.
It's an aberration. That was a poor roll. Second attack then.
Before he gets off the second attack, how does Laszlo kill Belcorch?
This is what he'll be sitting there complaining, going, "This is what I wanted to do the whole time." Just stabbing him.
All right. Breaking it down. Strictly speaking, most of you wouldn't know the Beholder is dead because you're all blinded by the storm that Tower's holding up. Tower, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, don't turn to Stone Tower. We love you. Can we take all of his magic items off before
Have
he
the staff
stone
of healing restoration on
Staff of
Well,
Healing
maybe
has
you do.
lesser restoration on it.
it?
And plus-
It's 13 again. And I've got nothing.
Tower turns to stone.
Oh.
Up tower.
As Tower turns to stone, we're going to go ahead and take a short break.
Oh.
During the break, you'll see today's Who's That Monster on your screen. We've got one, right? Do. Yep. So type in the chat who you think that is, and we will find out after the short break. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back after the break, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. So today's Who's That Monster was the Tomb Guardians. As we've been watching and seeing throughout the past couple sessions, these Tomb Guardians are actually humans or humanoids that have been captured, and then their bodies are being subtly changed whilst within these huge plate sets of armor. And we just wanted to thank and give a shout out to, was it Welcome RPG?
Welcome party.
Welcome Party for the raid. So thank you very much for joining us today. So in this moment, I was a little preemptive in declaring Tower dead, or not dead, but petrified. Soon as Laszlo kills the Beholder, what does Laszlo do?
He shouts, "Tower!" And he's turned into stone and heads back 3 paces.
Okay. By heading back 3 paces, when Tower ends up taking his turn and rolling the 13 on his dex save, he gets to add the charisma bonus of Captain Laszlo. Therefore, it goes up to 15. Carmen and Averine would be able to act before Tower gets to. I believe Zola would also. So, what are you guys doing?
Carmen would definitely run back. So if Laszlo's run past and gone, Tower's in danger, Tower's, she would be like, she would run back and follow him. And as soon as she got to where he is, as soon as she could see him, she would inspire him. She'd do some bardic inspiration onto him so that he had a advantage on that, or whatever it is that gives. Yeah.
He gets to roll an extra 1d8 because your bardic level minimum of 1 would put him up to 16. Tower saved.
Yay!
He's not turned to stone.
Averine would have cast Bless too, not knowing what the die roll was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Tower is safe. Everyone is safe. Belcourt is dead. And you have the third key. This key, if you look at the back of it, Pijo, you will notice it has a pentagon on it.
Guys, it has a 5-sided thing. It has a
Now
name,
you
but
have triangle, square, and pentagon.
Tower,
Levels to go.
get rid of this storm. I can't see a thing.
Tower dispelled. Please don't.
Rini, Tower's going through a lot, so let's be a little nicer to him.
I'm sorry, but I thought him not being able to see you, Averine, was better than you not being able to see yourself. I thought you would be capable to get out of there. I'm sorry.
That I was capable, and then I was no longer capable. These things happen.
It is good. We got him where we wanted him, which was fine.
It's ridiculous, because if he just stuck to his end of the bargain, he wouldn't be dead now.
Aye. Is it fair to say that we are safe from the eyeballs in the purple stuff?
You believe so? They haven't kept attacking you.
All right, well, since we're here, I'm going to take a look in these alcoves to see if there's anything worth scavenging.
Is the floor still slippery?
Floor is still slippery, but thankfully there is a central point that you can hold on to, a pillar, that you can then move yourself around and then push off of to go over to grab the alcove you want to, and then push off that alcove to get back to the center. Rinse and repeat. So each of these alcoves are filled with a mess now because the storm just sent everything spraying everywhere. You have coin of silver, copper, and gold just all over the floor. You've got a clay chameleon statuette that is covered in crystal beads that is constantly changing color. There appears to be a painted gold mask, similar in look and style to Yaka's face, but a golden mask.
Don't touch that.
But looks like a skull, kind of. And then a potion, a bead, and a shield, shaped like a screaming devil's face.
That sounds pleasant.
I'm going to accompany Averine to each of these things and kind of make sure that stuff's not trapped or if she goes to investigate.
Do you guys spend any time collecting the coin?
No.
I'm grabbing all those coins. Give me those coins.
Oh, Nang Nang.
The Nang Nang will have 12,000 copper pieces, 5,000 silver pieces, and 2,200 gold pieces to collect one by one. Push off, bag slides along the ice, just scooping everything in, and then bounce back and forth, like so.
That sounds very fun. I'll be flying, but I might engage in these maneuvers just for funsies.
Boring. All right. So, other than that, you have a potion that looks fairly familiar in style. I believe you already have one. This is a potion of diminution, which is...
Yeah, we have one of those too.
In the other party treasure hoard. Yep. You can also see the small bead. That does feel magical and will need some identification, and a shield which also feels magical that will require some identification.
That looked like a fine shield.
I'll touch the shield and identify it.
This is a +1 shield.
I am not taking the piss out of you. Averine.
You've just been very infectious.
Well, I surely do admire your new accent, and just to show you there's no hard feelings, I'll not be trying to take this shield from you. I need mine because it has Azuth on it, and I draw power and inspiration from it. So here, have this shield.
I'm sure when you cast this spell earlier, the tongues on Carmen, that it has infected me somehow, and I don't know why.
Who knows? The Beholder's Lair. All sorts of things go screwy.
Oh, gosh.
But this looks like a fine shield.
Laszlo, just stop talking. You're not yourself.
And he'll pick it up.
Okay. So Laszlo now has a +1 shield.
I'll also identify that small bead.
Okay. Casting Identify or spending 10 minutes or so?
Casting Identify.
Ritually casting. Okay. This is a single bead of force, not a group of 1d4 + 1. This is a single bead of force. You can use an action to throw the bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature in a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a dex save or take 5d4 force damage. A sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed to save and is completely within the area is trapped inside this sphere. Creatures that succeeded save or are partially within the area are pushed away. Okay. Anything else from you guys? You have the key you need for this floor. You've explored every ounce of the floor. You've just taken a short rest. Sorry, a long rest. Sorry.
Piju,
Yes.
you're naked.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got your little cloth bits, but
Oh no, I thought he was released when they put the thing on, so he didn't get naked.
No, you got naked, then the thing
Oh,
was
okay.
put on it.
yeah,
Oh,
that's what
then-
I
All of your equipment was let go.
It's like, oh my gosh, I was so caught up, I didn't even notice it. And
Follow me. Come here.
okay. Flap. I'm gonna put my clothes back on. Kind of grab them from the thing, fly so I don't touch the ground.
Oh, you still have them?
Well, they were once the studs got off of the armor. I assume the leather probably just dropped.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the dag, so his weapons plus the ammunition were all within some form of covering, so they weren't disintegrated.
Oh, okay, so he
Yeah.
didn't lose anything.
Well, my armor's now leather instead of studded, so my AC is down 1 from what it was before.
Okay. Trade?
Do you? Oh, sure. Sorry, I don't know if it'll work with my wings, but maybe we can work something.
Oh,
out.
I got that.
Oh man, cool. You're industrious. I don't know how I know that word, but I do.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Hanging out with
So, you guys trade armor. Pijo, your leather armor, which usually involves chest, arms, legs, boots, does not now include legs, boots, unless you keep your own legs and boots and mismatch top with Zolda.
That
the
don't bother me.
mechanics are still all there.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
bother
know
me.
they are.
Peugeot, I mean, at this point, he's known these guys long enough. I don't think he would even care that much about just wearing only the top half. So we can get some Donald Duck action going on here. But yeah, he'll wear the mismatch. It doesn't bother him at all.
All right.
I don't know why I put that pause in there. I
Dramatic.
wanted to ask about the bead of force. Does anyone want to use this bead? It is something that may allow someone without means of attacking from a distance an extra avenue to do so. It does not require attunement.
I will take it. The
Really?
god inside of me gives me extra skill with such throws, and I have limited range attacks. It makes sense to stay with me if no one else wishes it.
Makes
Well,
sense.
While I like to start collecting these things, I'm also not an idiot. So whatever helps us live longer, I'm all for distributing that particular type of wealth.
I disagree, Everine.
We're not going to make it out of here if some of us are handicapped.
Don't be giving away anything that's precious, though. This thing would be destroyed once you use it, so don't be giving away anything that's actually precious and something we might take with us.
I know. Look at, and I bring out the chest and I put all the coins in it. Look at all this treasure.
Avery,
Okay,
you
fair
chatting to your
enough.
god?
Just, yeah, I'll be right there. Just a minute.
Okay, alright, okay.
Look at all this treasure. And I close the chest and I dismiss it back into the.
Okay. So, what's the plan, folks?
All right, the next level is the one with the gargoyles. But
So we should go down this spiral, right?
that would make sense, unless we want to try to draw the gargoyles up to us.
No.
No.
If we can't avoid them, I'd like to. If we can't avoid them, then whatever. But let's try the safe route first.
Fully aware that the safe route does not lead to a hint.
Yes.
Okay. Then if that's the route everyone takes,
Oh yeah, so true.
Well, we can see what we can see
Could-
first.
Yeah, maybe we can send Zola down invisible so she won't get seen by the gargoyles and she can see what the clues are, and then we can go down the spiral to see that.
Be willing to try it. I can run away very, very fast if something else happens.
I mean, if they see you, then they're chasing you, and then
Yeah,
we'll.
and then I
But then
can
we can at least set
run
the
and
ground by which we fight them. Yeah,
No, I will totally lose those guys. No worries.
cool. I had trust you.
Okay. So in that case, is Zola taking the stairs invisible?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Oh no, not separately. I wanted to see where the bottom of the spiral staircase led first. See if it has a way back around that way. I don't want to go alone, break off just yet, unless I have to.
Okay. One moment. Okay. So in this situation, let me move you down.
We're going down to the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
Okay. So Zola and whoever might go down the stairs with her would see the 4 gargoyle statues in their position. And you can actually get some visual there of them. These are 4 four-armed giant gargoyles. They're each stood in place, staring inwards into a hole through which Zola can already smell quite a bit of nastiness. Okay. On this staircase, you have 2 levels that is still within the same level of the dungeon. The left and then the right. Over towards the edge, right around here, you will see a thin plaque. It is a bronze plaque mounted on the west wall of the balcony.
Okay, I will sneak.
As you're moving around, roll a stealth check.
See, no problem, guys.
Yep. So, the 2 corridors that you walk past, one ends in a T-junction, the other ends at a door with a bunch of torch sconces just in front of it. You walk past them both to look at the last plaque. Death to fire, dine or drown, precious air and falling sand. The army sleeps in silence. The mirror holds 12. Find the iron scepter's twin. The maze holds the key.
What's that word for those things you come up with in order to remember stuff? Like
Mnemonic. Yeah.
I'm gonna create it.
Mnemonic.
I'm gonna create a mnemonic in order to remember this and commit it to memory for a second. And then I will attempt to return to the spiral staircase and return to my fellows.
And you'll be able to get back up, and the gargoyles neither move nor follow you. You'll be able to return to your fellows. Now, you and your fellows on this spiral staircase, it drops down to a wall, which is from this side a false wall. You can see a wooden plaque structure that has been painted to look like the wall, with frames on the inside that you can just push to move out of the way, or spiral down even further. What would you guys like to do?
Hi guys.
Oh, spooky.
Sorry. So already this level sounds like way more dangerous than what we've come across before. All right, it goes death to fire, dine or drown, precious air and falling sand. The army sleeps in silence. The mirror holds 12. Find the iron scepter's twin. The maze holds the key.
All right, we have to find the maze. That's where the key is.
Maze it up.
Clearly, that can mean no other thing. So,
I do not like that precious air and falling sand one.
That doesn't sound good.
The first one sounds like all elemental energy is, well, death to everything that is elemental.
And I
This-
also saw in addition that the spot with the gargoyles is two-tiered. So you got like a little catwalk thingy, and then they're below that, and then there's a hole, and there's something real stanky coming from that hole. And
Ew.
very much like the level above, there is a wider hallway that leads to the west, and there was a door at the end of that, and a hallway to the north of that.
well, it doesn't sound like we'll be able to avoid the gargoyles. Not all of us, anyway. So, knowing now what the layout of this level is, knowing that, do we wish to head back up and try to draw them up? Or do we still wish to try and avoid them somehow?
Well, it's possible that I still was sneaky as best I could, but it's possible that I didn't even get close enough to trigger whatever it is that triggers them. Maybe you got to stay on that top platform or something. I don't know, but it might be easier than we think to avoid them.
We could destroy them from range, and perhaps they will not even be triggered until we set our trap. And draw them to us. All do was give us time to attack them as they draw near.
You'd rather take them now.
We could explore this floor first.
Okay.
They might have something to do with one of these riddles that isn't obvious yet.
What's up with this entryway?
The army sleeps in silence. Well, maybe they are the army, and maybe we just need to, if we're going to go past them, just be super stealthy and super quiet, and we might not have to fight them.
Then
They stay sleeping.
Then your spell to create quietness would be very useful here.
Or pass without trace, equally for you.
Yes,
So we could just.
but I did not prepare that one this day. It did not seem prudent.
Okay. But, well, I mean, that could be relevant or it could not. So we could just carry on. As you say, Averine, and just explore.
Okay.
Let us proceed.
So, Zola, do you push open the door,
Well, I'm gonna check it out.
see what lies beyond?
I don't trust it, so I'm gonna check it out.
That's
Roll
all right.
perception check.
Can we just get on with this? We're crying out loud.
With your passive being as high as it is, you don't see any sort of traps. There's no locking mechanism, at least on this side. You can just push it and it'll open.
What about listening to it? Are any sounds coming from behind it?
On the other side, what you can hear is the shuffling of feet, what sounds like the scraping of stone, ever so slightly. That's
Sounds
about it.
good. More things for me to kill.
I hear movement. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna let you do this, Laszlo.
Okay, so Laszlo pushes open the secret door into the room
Right.
beyond.
Push? No, he doesn't push. He breaks. This is totally on Matt's thing. He'll smash that door in.
Okay. The room beyond has 4 pillars that hold it up. From the edge, the room is a 20-foot tall room. The edge, however, is around a 10-foot drop into a lower alcove below that has a thin layer of dark mist just cascading across the bottom. Moving around and shuffling at the back are 3 gaunt-looking creatures, all of which just aimlessly painting the wall, just up and down, backwards and forwards, just constantly painting the mural behind. They are blind, and as such, all they're doing is just slapping red paint all up in random patterns on the back of the wall. In front of them is a throne. Now, this throne is the epitome of disgust, and not a throne you would want to sit on, as the gruesome throne is lashed together, made of bone and strips of skin that are positioned there. There is a fearsome horned skull that surmounts the throne, and small skulls are piled around it. The seat of the throne appears to be made of stretched skin and has a metal scepter resting on top of it. All around the room, you can see 6 of these statue images, these 6 orange spots with the black stars. These represent wooden statues of hornet-headed humanoid warriors, each wearing a grass skirt, clutching a spear. Okay. As you look beyond just this room and also glimpse the doorway, you see a door, and there appears to be no way to open that door from this side. What would you like to do? How would you like to proceed?
Well, these things obviously need to die.
No. Not obviously need to die. Should we have a look first?
They're
Well,
just
they
painting.
aren't dead. I must kill them.
They're just painting.
Your accent's getting better. I was just gonna say.
The painters do not react to your behavior.
See if you can talk to them. Ask them what they're painting. See if you can get anything out of them.
Oh, you people always want to talk.
Carmen will step forward. Hello. Hi. I don't have tongue anymore, do I? No. Tap on the wall twice if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. What's going on with this room? Why are you painting the wall?
Is tongue still active on whoever has it?
I have tongues.
Tongues doesn't work on mumble.
Maybe it's like mumblese or something like that. I don't know.
Mumbly.
Perhaps yes or no questions might work.
Okay.
It seems to have some level of intelligence.
Tap once if the mist is dangerous.
Still painting the wall.
Okay.
Ask if there's an army down there.
Okay. Can you tap on the wall if there's an army or if there's any creatures down there who may be a little bit angry? Okay.
Is that a tap or paint?
That might
That
be
was
two
a paint.
That was a paint.
Oh, okay.
It was a paint.
Is there more than 5 of them down there? Tap 1 for yes.
Can I gain any insight as to whether or not they're
Roll
actually
an insight
responding to?
check.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is nothing going on.
Okay, they're not.
Absolutely nothing.
Carmen, they're not actually answering your questions. They're just painting.
Oh. Okay. Well, you know what? You carry on with your painting. You carry on. Yeah, okay, that's a waste of time.
Can tell if that's red paint or if it's something else.
Does it smell bloody in there?
No, actually, it does actually look like red paint.
Okay.
And is there anything they look like they're trying to paint, or is it completely flat dash?
They just look like they're just slapdashing, just painting like crazy. Just whatever they care. They can't see. You get close enough to them, you can see that they don't have eyes inside their sockets.
Is it just on that back wall, or has like this whole room been like worked over like a bad housewife that keeps going around and decorating the house?
Just on that back wall.
Hey.
So I'm really referencing.
It's an accent wall. It'll help with flipping it if that's what they're looking to do.
Okay.
Acerec's very concerned with the real estate in this region.
So that chair seems to have an iron or a scepter on it. I don't know if that's the twin that we're supposed to find, or if that's the obvious one and we're supposed to find another one to bring it to it.
I'm going to say that's the obvious one.
Yeah, and it's looking straight forward towards the doorway, which that corridor might be straightforward opposite maybe a room which is like a copy of it or a duplicate.
Is there another? There is this scepter is slotted into something. Is there an adjacent slot or something for it to be another one to be placed into that we can see?
No, this scepter is just like on the seat. It's just leaning on the seat.
Okay.
This perhaps
it's not slotted into anything.
Hey, Piju, would you feel comfortable flying around and seeing if there's any alternative exits to this room?
I was actually just about to start flying around to scope out the area, so
and
works out
Averine,
perfectly.
Are you capable of telling if something is a golem when it's inactive?
If I touch it, I might be able to identify something to that effect.
Do you think you could take a look at these hornet guys, see if they're going to pose any threats?
I cast Identify on the nearest hornet-headed humanoid.
This is a wooden statue.
Ooh.
Is it like a fine mahogany?
No, it's a kind of a rotten oak. Not that great. Pijo,
yeah.
You do a once around, and you do notice there is another door.
Ooh.
Well done.
Good stuff.
That leads away north of here.
All right. Where is it on?
I can safely say that this one particular statue is nothing special.
I see. Zola.
Good
That
work.
statue right there. There's a door behind it.
Good work, everybody.
I'm going to point out where it is.
Oh, cool. Good job, Pijo.
Perhaps
Thank
the
you.
scepter is within the mist below us.
Oh, this painting guy's getting a bit closer.
I think he's just working on that spot.
Oh, okay.
You're doing a great job.
Carry on.
It really brings the whole room together. Let's just keep going now. Okay.
Can I have a closer look at this door? Doesn't seem to be a way to open it, so.
Not from the inside. Though, roll a perception check. Okay. You don't. Your passive is high enough. You notice that the walls on either side of this side of the door, north and south, are secret doors, false walls, slightly discolored rock.
Ooh. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Zola, I found some more false doors. Can you just check them for traps for me?
Whoa, that looks like it is a trap. Kind of. Let's see. Is there anything along the ceiling edge that would suggest there's a track?
Nothing along the ceiling edge.
I'm gonna.
Anything along the floor that would suggest it's a trap?
Nothing on the floor.
I'm just gonna wave
There
my.
doesn't appear to be any traps. You wave your weapon. Waves fine. No real effect.
Should we attempt to open these?
We've got 3 options here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. You push open one of the doors. Pick one. North or south?
North.
Okay.
South.
What you see beyond is a strange sight. Kind of perplexes even the most avid adventurer. You see 3 ghouls. However, they're not free and open to move. In fact, all 3 are trapped inside an enclosed wheel, like a rat's wheel.
Oh.
And in front, on either side of the rat's wheel, you can see little troughs that stick down into the center of them that look like the edges are discolored red slightly.
Okay, close that door.
The wheel appears to be connected to the door mechanism. You look through the southern one, and lo and behold, there are 3 more.
Same situation.
Same situation. These 3 ghouls, all trapped inside a cage wheel with little tubes almost, or tracks, that lead towards, or lead just above the wheel on either side, that are each dyed a little red on the edge.
Do they look hungry?
These ghouls look very hungry.
All right. Tara's going to conjure animals.
Okay.
I'm going to conjure some squirrels, or like a bunch of squirrels, shitloads of squirrels, and have the squirrels running either side and then start running up the front of the wheel for them to try and grab and get them to start running to try and chase them.
These ghouls apparently do not react to such bait.
You just wait for stuff.
Well, let's try and get them to open it. Back off a little bit. Maybe they get attracted when we're not in their presence. Maybe we look like a bigger meal. So I'm just going to back off.
They don't seem to react to the squirrels or to you not positioned nearby. There must be something else that baits these things. You know the system. You understand it. You bait the ghouls, and they will run, and that will turn and open the door.
Can you bleed your squirrels and put them in those troughs?
That's an idea.
Tower, yes. These are magical creatures. I am love to do this, but yes.
I can help.
Okay.
No, these are mine to deal with, and I'll
Sure, it's quite
do
cute.
a slow little. I'm sorry, friend, and cut.
Okay. Knowing these creatures,
Hello, sorry.
you summon squirrels with 1 hit point each. You cut into them. They scream. They die. They dissolve. They disappear.
Really?
Oh, they're magic, aren't they? Yeah.
If you want to force any of these squirrels, so the first one you try that with dies and disappears. If you want this squirrel to bleed, you've got to hurt it just right that it begins to bleed but doesn't die. Slow cuts. Could Tower do it?
No.
No actual animals were hurt in the filming of this D&D session.
I cannot torture this.
Only the Fae.
I can kill a creature for food, but I cannot torture it.
It's not torturing.
Do you think
You're not doing it torture on purpose. You're doing it to.
I was hoping they would be baited and would not wish to feed on them.
Okay.
Do you think those paint cans, since they're red, do you think the ghouls just care about the color red?
That would be weird.
Well, look where we are, Zola.
There's a minimum of logic on everything so far. Is there enough room for a person to actually get up on the top of the wheel and not be grabbed by these things?
Yeah.
I
it's
offer.
proved that as long as you don't have any open cuts, you shouldn't attract the attention of the ghouls.
Oh, but I think the point that we're trying to do is we're trying to attract the attention of the ghouls.
Okay.
Well, would you be able to just... Can we push the wheel ourselves?
You could, yeah, you could certainly try.
I can give it a try.
All right.
You go for it, muscles.
Roll an athletics check with the divine assistance that you have. It seems like by yourself you're going to be incapable of being able to do this.
That was just my athletics on its own. Do I need to add something to that?
No,
It's already included. I've already made the change.
I'll jump in there and help her.
Okay, so another one of you roll with advantage.
You go for it.
cool.
Yeah.
You push, it doesn't seem to want to shift.
We need one
No
more.
amount of pushing on this one will shift it.
Do we need to
I
push
will-
the other one at the same time?
We need to do this together. And Laszlo, help me with this one. And me and Laszlo will do one. And if you and Zola do the other, maybe we can get this going.
Yeah.
Okay.
On 3. So not after 3. You just on when I say 3. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Athletics checks. All right. Working together, you all finally manage to pull down the cages, and they start to turn and lift the door, opening up the passage beyond. So you can see beyond here. Okay, you've opened the door.
Cool.
You can now leave this room.
Can we kill these
Oh, yeah.
things before we turn our backs to them and leave them? Because I've seen them work before, and they're nasty.
You can
If
do
they
it. They're
get
trapped
like-
inside the cages, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able
Okay.
to get out anytime
I'll
soon.
just slice their heads off methodically.
One by one, they'll all die. Okay.
All right, we've defeated this door. There was that other door that you guys found, that Piju found in the corner. Should we head to that one?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's
We're on-
wise to give us some many forms of egress from this room if it is going to kill us.
And I
It's
think
right
we're
here,
on a
guys.
roll with the doors.
It's just on the other side of this innocent-looking statue. So
Okay.
is anything with
So the statue in front of you is a 10-foot tall wooden statue of a hornet's head. A hornet's-headed warrior wearing a grass skirt holding a scepter. What do you do, Piju?
What does the scepter look like? Do they all have scepters or just this one?
No, he's wielding a spear.
Oh,
He's not holding a scepter.
okay.
Sorry. There is a scepter on the throne.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just try to, squeeze past this guy to see if I can open the door. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna look first, see if anything looks dangerous or traps.
Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
You don't see any traps.
All right. So I'm gonna try to squeeze on past this dude and open that door.
You can just about reach your hand past this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You could push on the wall. It's a little solid. It's definitely a false wall, but with him in the way, you can't open that door.
The guy's in the way. Can't get to the door with this wooden statue in the way. Now, last time I was in a room and they had a door like this, that was to help people get into the room, not get out of the room when I had the masks. So maybe this is something for later if we work our way around.
Or maybe since it's made of wood, we could just burn it.
Oh, burning. That sounds good too.
Or we could just move it even, perhaps, if it's, I mean, stone would probably be heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to pick it up, or at least like slide it out of the way.
Okay. Roll an athletics check, Pijo.
Athletics. I am, I presume, woefully unsuccessful at that attempt.
Yeah, you really struggle with that.
Maybe
Doesn't
maybe
wanna
when
Come on. So right, PJ, come on, we'll do it together.
Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. On
And,
one. 3.
I'm sure she would do this, but I don't know when she. Where's your sheet?
What would I do?
I'm just volunteering you to help PJ lift something.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Crap
So
goes off, we both get hurt, not just me.
Absolutely. Would I need to
Okay.
strength check?
Yep, athletics.
Athletics.
With advantage, because Pijo is helping.
God.
23, you grab the statue and you pull. As the statue shatters, a small cloud of black mist escapes from within the statue, and the mist in the 10-foot area combines into one nice big beastie. Let's roll for initiative as a Tyrannosaurus zombie has formed.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, no.
It's okay. We can do it.
So just to clarify, a spore of mist turned into a T-Rex.
A spore of mist came out of that statue. As it did so, all of the mist inside the lower level collected together into the T-Rex.
Got it.
Is this the same
That rolled a
T-Rex that-
natural 1 for its initiative.
Is
Yes,
this
it's the same T-Rex that
Yeah.
Pijo saw.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, do I have everyone? Zola, Pijo, Avery, Carmen, Tower, Captain. I do. Wonderful. So, top of the round. Tower, what do you do when a dinosaur suddenly appears?
Shit.
Sounds about right, yeah.
They don't stick to the plans anymore.
You or Tower?
Tower doesn't stick to plan. Well, we didn't really have a plan for this. So, I'm going to give him, I think, fire actually, but I want to read my spells so I know what I'm doing.
Now, nothing is blocking us from just going right through that door that just got freed up, and that thing is real big. Moa thinks it'd be safer.
I'll take it on.
So, what you doing, Tower?
I'm going to create I'm going to cast Wall of Fire. Oh, do you know what? No, fuck it. I've not been able to do this yet. Oh, wait there. Is this an undead one? This is an undead one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Clearly a zombie. Yep.
Right, so yeah.
You wouldn't have an alive one down there.
No, I was going to cast Blight, but that's fucking useless in this bloody tomb.
Language.
Sorry.
We apologise to anybody who was offended by the use of that
a few
word.
drinks.
Tomb? Is tomb
I'm-
the word you're referring to?
I'm going to cast Wall of Fire.
This Twitch channel comes with a temporary warning.
I'm going to cast Wall of Fire, and then I'm going to turn into a bat.
Pretty.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Can I hold the spell and turn into a bat?
So, where's the wall of fire coming?
I'm just going to surround the entire creature with the Wall of Fire.
Okay.
Like a ring of fire.
Yeah. I can put it into a
Love is a burn.
Ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
I'll have it. So yeah, I don't think we're going to make 20 feet here. So I'll cover our. In fact, I'll cover us. Do you know what? I'll cover. I'll scrap that. I'll put it in front of us, directly across the across in front of the staircase. So if it comes at us, it's going to be.
So the same direction, but one step north.
Yeah.
Like there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Which direction is the wall of fire pointing?
Towards the T-Rex.
Okay. Towards the T-Rex. Okay. Anything else from you, Tower?
I'm good.
Nice.
Averine or Zola, either one of you can go first. It's up to you.
May I, Zola?
Go for it.
I'll cast Bless at 4th level to get all 6 of us. And I'll go ahead and toggle the Zola on. And then I will move and end my turn.
You blessed the wall of fire. Rather than
Holy fire!
It now does radiant damage.
That's how it works in Divinity.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Averine?
That's it.
That's a high level bless. How high did you go
4th
to
level.
get everyone? Fourth
Fourth,
level.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Zola.
So does the wall of fire reach the ceiling?
It is a 20-foot high, so yes, reaches the ceiling.
How far deep is that pit?
So you've got a 20-foot height and then a 10-foot drop below. So 30 foot in total is the pit below.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Probably not.
Yeah.
No, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Rex can probably take a bite out of somebody if they're standing on this upper level, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we are going to open up with I'm going to take out my short bow
Mm-hmm.
and go with one of those. Hope it hits.
With are you invisible?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so 25 hits
Yeah.
for 8.
And
Okay.
I was snuck.
Okay.
And then I will take refuge on the ceiling over here, and I will hide for a bonus action.
Okay. Captain Laszlo.
Laszlo will not talk in a Scottish accent. He will he'll step there and he will prepare his action. If the dino gets close, he will attack.
How close?
Close enough to attack it.
Okay. All right. Pijo.
All right. Hunter's mark on the T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to get up as high as I can. So 20 feet up. And I am going to just let loose with some normal, everyday arrows against this guy.
My fence takes best of luck to Davino.
That's misses. Okay, I'm going to let loose with another regular everyday arrow against this guy.
Okay. 15 hits for 8.
Great, and I will get my Hunter's Mark and my Colossus Slayer.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Anything
That's
else
all.
from you, Pijo?
And say, stay away from his mouth. They eat you. It's not good.
Yeah.
It was real bad in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Carmen, what would you like to do?
So Carmen is going to just step into this little cubby hole. So she's out of biting range and go, all right, guys. Okay. You know what I tried to do before? I think it might work this time. I think it's going to work. So Let's see if it can fly. And you can't levitate.
It weighs more than your weight limit. The spell fails.
Oh wait, but it's undead, so maybe it's all like withered and rotted, so there's not as much meat or flesh on it, so it weighs 499 pounds.
And it's dead.
A T-Rex with an untold number of zombies in its belly weighs far more than 500 pounds.
A T-Rex weighs like 13,000 pounds at the minimum normally, so I just Googled it. I mean, these are just some knowledge.
So you cast levitate. Unfortunately, it fails. Anything else from you?
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some vicious mockery.
You're fat.
You're so fat. I can't even lift you magically.
So fat.
You can't.
No.
You can't use vicious mockery on this turn because you use your action to cast a second level or higher spell.
She'll still hurl abuse, even if she can't cast the spell. She'll still hurl abuse. Okay. Yep.
The inspiration.
That's fine.
The zombie is going to step forward a little bit till it's there. He's then going to use a bonus action to disgorge a zombie.
It provokes
within
an
10
attack
feet of it.
Laszlo, right? When it moves with
It has
range?
not reached
Oh, it didn't move
Laszlo's
with
melee range.
Sorry, I just looked at this sheet. Yeah, okay.
So, dropping a zombie right there needs to roll a d6.
It has walked into the range of the fire though, so it has to take damage from the fire.
Yes.
The fire is 1 foot thick, and is it not a case of when a creature ends its turn there? A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So it has not stepped through the wall. It will reach through the wall to make an attack against Captain, but it's so
I assume
it will take
disgorge-
fire damage at that point, but
the
not
zombie-
for the disgorge.
But the zombie disgorged through would have to pass through the fire in order to land where it did, right?
Because I'm just going to say no
Okay.
on that regard.
Fair enough.
Right? It's going to do it when it makes an attack anyway. So it'll take 16 points of fire damage. Then it's going to bite at Captain Laszlo. So.
I'm curious, right? Because like, if it bites, it has to get into range for him to be able to equally attack it.
No, it has range.
This is technically this is. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of like, if it was like a weapon attack, like a spear, I wouldn't physically be in range. I would be putting the spear into range. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just.
You want to talk mechanics? We're going to go through the entire Beholder game again. If you want to talk rough ideas and would this work? No. If we're going to go mechanically speaking, which is the way I prefer, absolute no. Okay. All right. It's then going to attack Captain. That is a 24 to hit him.
Yeah. Is that?
Okay.
Just, yeah.
Well, he has the magic shield now, though. Does that bring his AC up enough to? Ah, okay.
So, as he's a medium or smaller creature, he is now grappled by the zombie, and as such, he's going to be moved to here. The zombie did take the fire damage. He needs to take 27 points of piercing damage. The zombie is then going to whip around and tail attack at the bear.
Okay. Now he's grappled. Can he attack now?
Yes.
I've been knocked out. Bloody.
And with disadvantage.
My roll 20's just dropped out.
Okay.
Sorry, give me a second.
Some waiting music, some T-Rex, bum 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 bum.
Do you want to do what you used to do?
No,
Do you want to
it
take
was.
out I'm waiting for
Right.
it to load.
It was also doing a tail attack against the bear form for tower. 17 to hit. I assume that misses. That hits. So
No, that hits tower
the-
easy.
tower takes 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He's then going to move with his new quarry away.
All right. So
Okay.
Laszlo
So-
got him exactly where he wants him. Right. And he will make. So it's just one attack, isn't it? In this because I'm
Just
holding. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll just pump everything into it.
19 will hit for 15 points of fire.
So I'll put a. He'll put a smite into that, and as
Okay.
he's being tackled and stuff, so I'll put his other level 2 smite into that. So that's another 3d6. Yeah?
3d8 times 2,
3d8.
Sorry, it's 3d8.
or 68 if it's undead.
No, it wouldn't be double. It just does
One
one
more?
extra dice.
Is
Yeah,
it? Okay.
so
I
it's,
forget.
so it's actually 4d8.
Sorry, sorry, my bad. I'm not as tired as you are. But, it's still late in the day. All right. There you go.
Extra 19. Okay. Tower, top of the round. What do you want to do?
I can't do much in my bear form, and he's run away. I will attempt to move here, and can I have a swipe at that zombie that's down there?
Yeah, you can.
Can you click the key?
Yes. Okay. Where's it? No. Is
That hits.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And claw attack. Down that hits.
That hits.
Right. Okay. Here you go.
Okay. Zombie is still alive.
That's turn.
Okay. Aberreen.
Am I able to see the T-Rex through the wall of fire?
I believe so.
Then I will firebolt it.
Flying through flame. That'll hit for 7 points of fire damage.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Zola.
I would like to get away from this undead thing next to me. So
Okay.
I'm going to. I had a stealth roll of 20 to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to attempt to slither through the flames. I will make a dex save if you like.
Yes. Yes, please.
All right, so that's a 19.
So you succeed.
All right, evasion, take no damage.
Yep.
So I will stop here and
Okay.
unleash another arrow.
All right, 22 points. 22 to hit. Hits for 8 points piercing damage.
18 in addition to
Plus
that.
sneak attack. Okay.
And then I will finally get. Wait. Can you? Is it? I'm gonna try to like squish myself. If I could, I would go here-ish.
Okay.
And try to hide behind the chair.
Okay. Do you touch the chair?
No, just hunker down behind it.
Okay. No problem.
The chair is also a mimic.
Captain Laszlo.
Laszlo.
Can you get out?
He could attempt to break the grapple. He just needs to roll a strength check.
How rough does this thing look?
Very rough. It's practically falling apart.
I don't like making these decisions. I'll attempt to break the grapple. No, I haven't.
Kill the bloody thing, Laszlo!
I'll attack it.
He's always so interested in killing things, but when he finally is right in the middle of a
yes,
monster,
yes. He's got no
now he's scared. Come on.
No,
Come on.
Right, fine. Yeah, absolutely correct.
Hits.
I'll bump another Divine Smite at level 1, so that's 3d8 still, yeah?
Aye.
Level 1, 3d8. Okay.
And another attack.
Once again, it's dead before he gets his second attack.
Wow. Laszlo's doing well tonight.
Laszlo lands on his
Laszlo's pulling his weight.
Yeah.
Laszlo lands on his butt, and then
Goes up the stairs.
yeah, he's kind of like ready for another attack. But he doesn't
Laszlo,
really-
you're in the club with us. Congratulations.
Yay!
Okay.
Still there.
Pijo.
Well, I'm going to transfer my mark to the zombie.
Okay.
And I'm going to loose an arrow at it. Just
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage. Why at disadvantage?
Because you're in melee with it.
Well, I'm up 20 feet in the air. And it's down on
Okay.
the bottom level, so...
Fair enough.
Do I hit?
Hits. Yep. It
Hunter's
falls
mark.
to the ground.
Oh, okay. Does it fall to the ground like did fall to the ground, or is it just too tired and falls to the ground?
He's a nap.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna not shoot another arrow at him. Like, I got it.
Yep.
Fell
It
into
is
the ring
dead
of fire.
Okay.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
Yay!
You still have a ring of fire, and currently someone trying to move Zola, because Zola's in the way of his painting.
Oh, sorry.
I got worried for a second there. Like, oh no.
Okay.
Well,
So you destroyed the statue. You have the wall behind it. You've still got the throne with the scepter on top of the throne.
Tower will drop the fire.
Okay.
Guys, I didn't say destroy the statue. I just said move it. I mean, clearly we didn't know that was going to happen either way, but
Well, I did move it, didn't I?
you did do that as well.
So there you go.
It was PJ's fault. I was just
I was doing a garbage job of doing anything to it until you helped. And then we did a great job of getting rid of it.
I didn't mean to smash it. I just meant to help you move it. I'm
You're just so
sorry. Yeah.
Anyway.
How am I looking green-wise? Am I still green? Yes, I'm still green.
You're permanently going to be green.
Okay.
Until you leave the tomb, you're going to be green.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing?
I've got Cooper's in me.
Oh.
With the
Should we go
death
to the door?
of the zombies, what are you guys going to do?
Great door.
Door.
Okay. You push open this false door, and it reveals a small chamber beyond. The walls of this room seem to be decorated with tile mosaics of a jungle city, like Omu, very similar to the city of Omu, intermingled with frescoes of flowering plants. You've got birds, insects, humans wearing gold skirts and carrying spears and ornate jugs. Very nice, fancy pictures. A small, bejeweled cockroach
Ugh.
sits on top of a sarcophagus of black basalt in the middle of the room. A 2-foot diameter orb hanging from a chain above the sarcophagus is made of hammered gold to resemble a smiling sun, just dangling above the sparkly cockroach on top of the black sarcophagus.
It's really shiny,
The
guys.
sarcophagus does not hold any sort of imagery of any of the trickster gods.
It's really shiny.
It's shiny. Do we need to open it?
Last time I touched a shiny thing, we had a funny comedian follow us around for a while. So
Ah,
I think it's probably a good idea.
you think it's a good idea?
Well, yeah, Jakob was really friendly until he got poofed.
Yeah, but he kind of got poofed by, something that he led us to, and well, he was all right, but he was a liability, wasn't he?
I mean, I'm a liability.
But you're adorable, and you're not so bad now. You're kind of saving us a lot now, so you're cool. You're good.
Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody else knows what this could be, but there's a sparkly, bejeweled cockroach in here.
Anybody want a sparkly cockroach?
That's not ringing any bells to me.
Is it
But-
alive or is it just like a?
I think it's just a statue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just a jewel.
It's not the same type of deity sarcophagus, but perhaps in the sarcophagus is the scepter we need.
How big is the sarcophagus? Is it that entire rectangle on the map?
It's that black rectangle.
Okay.
So it's about 6 or 7 foot long.
Long enough that it actually could have a scepter in it. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, Zola, do you want to come? There's also pictures on the wall that you will probably know a lot more about than this bird will.
Yeah, I can come check it out. Are you all right, Laszlo? Down yonder.
Yes.
Okay. Might wanna regroup.
I might need some healing from Carmen at some point, but at the moment, my armor did a good job of protecting me from most of it. You should get some. That leather stuff is not enough.
Weighs you down.
Come here. And Carmen will cast. She won't use the staff, but she'll cast her own healing word at first level
Okay.
to help him out. Be grateful.
I feel
Plus 5.
I feel a little bit better.
All right, I'm gonna check the traps and then attempt to enter the room. If it looks clear.
Everything looks clear.
All right.
You just got the shining, sparkling, bright sun on the bottom of a chain
Okay.
on the top
Pretty,
of this black stone sarcophagus.
Is there anything in my recollection, story-wise or history-wise, about this painting or significance of anything in here?
Roll a history check. But nigh impossible. No. Nothing, I'm afraid.
Didn't ring a bell, guys.
Okay. Well,
Do you want to check out the sarcophagus, or do you want me to take a look at it?
Oh no, I'll look at that too.
Roll a perception check.
don't pick up any skulls that tell bad jokes.
Or that
So the
tells good jokes.
sarcophagus itself has a thin seam along the sides, just wide enough that any sort of piercing weapon or any crowbars or something would be able to get under there for enough leverage. No traps, nothing that you can see.
Okay. Well, it looks like we can open it, but might I suggest not kicking it over? Because I'm very wary about that cockroach, and I'm wondering if maybe it moves, something happens that we don't want to happen. So
Okay.
maybe like 4 of us can kind of get around it and very carefully lift it and put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's doing?
I will help with this.
Thank you.
Okay. So an athletics check to open the sarcophagus. And what are you doing with the cockroach on top? Just making sure it doesn't fall?
Yeah, making sure it doesn't move.
Okay.
Like it is sleeping. Stay asleep.
Fair enough. Roll an athletics check, Laszlo.
Laszlo?
Or Carmen, either one. Whoever wants to do it. Someone do one.
Yeah.
Carmen's taking all away.
Okay. Off slides the lid. The cockroach that's on top, under the effect of the movement of the lid, also shifts to suggest it is not connected to the lid.
Oh.
But it also doesn't open. And like it doesn't come alive.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Do you inspect the cockroach? Do you look inside the sarcophagus? What do you do?
Yeah. I would love to see everything that we could possibly see at this point.
Okay. The cockroach is as a cockroach looks, but you can tell by very careful examination that the wings are actually removable, and this is actually a very finely crafted jewelry box.
Ooh.
Inside of which is a small necklace. It looks like a golden necklace. It has 8 red beads attached to it. Inside the sarcophagus, you can see perfectly preserved remains of a female. Cholton-style physique, dressed in royal garb. This is obviously a royal member of the Omuan family. And in her left hand, she holds an iron scepter with an adamantine head.
Does that look like the scepter on the...
Looks like the scepter on the chair.
Okay, the other scepter's in here. But
Okay.
There's also a very noble-looking lady. Gotta be, I don't know, respectful.
How is the noblewoman holding the scepter again?
She's just holding it in her left hand.
In one hand, in her left hand?
Yeah,
and her right
just her
hand
left
is...
hand.
Okay.
On her chest. It's kind of like that.
Found this necklacey guy that's got these red beads on it too. I don't suppose anyone has any insight on this.
Well, it's pretty.
I'll take a look at it.
Do you identify it?
Aye.
It is a necklace of fireballs with 8 beads remaining.
Ooh.
Handy.
I think that would suit you, Averine, really well.
Really? Do you think so?
Yeah.
It matches your hair, Rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we bring that scepter in here or that scepter out there, or do you think it matters?
I want to say we bring this scepter in there.
The one in the sarcophagus we bring to the chair. Is that right?
I think, that's my best guess.
This one seems to be the hidden one.
That makes sense.
Averine, what did you do with the necklace of fireballs again?
I placed it upon
Okay.
my chest to look and see if it matches my attire.
Fair enough. Cool.
I'll whisper into the sarcophagus. Ma'am? Sorry to disturb your slumber. Are you awake?
No response.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
You gonna grab the scepter?
I don't see any other way to proceed other than doing this.
Okay. Pull the scepter out. You got the scepter? Her eyes open wide. She screams in pain. As her mouth opens, out shoots a thick cloud of necrotic energy. Everyone in the room needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ah.
which is
What about-
Averine, Captain, Zola, and Carmen. Everyone gets captains +2.
Not again. Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna use my inspiration card on that.
Okay.
Chances are I will get a better roll.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
+2 more
Okay.
at least.
So, Zola takes the 7 or 9. Averine gets a 20. Laszlo gets a 26, so he succeeds. Carmen with a 14, making it 16. Okay, so Carmen and Zola both fail, taking the full force of damage. Averine and Laszlo take half damage. The full force of damage, so Zola and Carmen, you each take 60 points of necrotic energy.
I am below 0.
Okay.
Jesus.
Averine and Laszlo take 25.
25 or
I'll
30.
50.
Oh wait, yeah, 60, so halved to, yeah, 30, sorry. 30 points of necrotic damage. You all see Zola is unconscious.
Is this a audible noise that she screamed? Didn't
Oh
she?
yeah, she screamed. She screamed loud.
Okay.
Do the painters do anything when this happens? Like from where we are, can we see that? No.
Painters do nothing.
Tower will drop form. If I'm allowed, and run in and cast healing word onto Zoe.
Okay.
Oh,
Zola
you
gets
need-
6 hit points back.
Is the scepter still in the thing's hands?
Zola had it before she screamed. Zola fell on the floor. The scepter is by Zola's feet.
Okay. Carmen will cast healing word at level. Should do level 3 for Zola.
Okay.
Should we save the charges and use a short rest after this?
Really?
No, it's not added everything up. Does that only put one on there? It's only put one.
Is that
on
only
there.
one?
You said level 3.
I said I picked level 3.
Add another 2.
Which it did do. It rolled an extra 2d4 on top of the 1d4 that Healing Word usually does.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so-
Okay.
It's just bad rolls.
Okay.
But it's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I asked you. I was going to ask you. You had asked if you were awake. I was going to ask what was going to happen. You just chose to withhold that information, lady. Starts ranting and raving at the coffin.
No response
you-
from the dead woman.
What did you do?
I took the scepter because that's what he said to do, and there was no other way to get the scepter other than taking it. I hate this
Me?
place.
Maybe we were supposed to bring the other scepter into there instead of.
That ship has sailed, Piju.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I guess we should.
So now you have a adamantine scepter, or an iron scepter with an adamantine head. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Like I'm done with this.
How does everyone feel? Should I use the staff of healing to give us mass cure wounds?
Might be an idea. I think we're all a little bit beat.
All right, I will do exactly that. I'll cast mass cure wounds from
Okay.
the staff of healing. Everyone gets 22 points of HPs.
That feels.
Okay. So what are you guys doing with the scepter? Who has it, and what are they doing with it? Are they just going to hold it and walk around the dungeon with it, or are they going to do something with it?
What is this strange gold scarab?
It was a jewelry box that had the necklace inside of it that Avery.
What about the hanging sun? Did that do anything?
No one's touched it yet.
You're free to poke at it.
Nope.
I'm gonna go.
I'm getting out of the room. Yeah, I'm following Zola.
So I'll pick up the scepter.
Okay. Got the scepter firm in hand.
All right. Pardon me. Excuse me, Mr. Painterman. Love the work. You're doing very well here. I'll make my way towards the throne, and I'll look at the throne to see how the other scepter is placed, and if it seems to be placed in a particular way, I'll try to juxtapose the other scepter to place it just so.
The one scepter is placed with its bottom on the actual seat, leaning up against the arm of the left arm of the seat, kind of tucked up against the back. So you copy and do the same thing. Do you touch the chair? Or do you carefully make sure not to touch the chair?
Well, I have no reason to touch the chair, do I? Unless there's...
I don't see a reason why you need to. I just want to know if you do.
Yep. But I don't feel compelled to touch it.
Nope. Okay, you place the scepter there. Now there are two scepters on the chair.
All right, we solved that one. No problems.
Excellent work, team. Onward.
It feels somewhat anticlimactic, however.
Well, Acerak must have been just fooling with us, right? That must have been it.
Well, if nothing has happened, then maybe we take both of them and put them somewhere else.
Are the two scepters exactly the same? It said to find the twin.
They look identical.
Are they touching
They
each other
really
on the
look
chair?
identical.
Or do we just put them next to each other?
Averine, are they touching, or did you put them next to one another?
I didn't intend to have them touching, just looking.
Okay, so they're not touching one another.
Okay.
What's
Just wondered. Sorry, I wasn't trying to.
No, it's okay. All right.
So do we feel that we have
You
solved...
have no idea what the puzzle was.
Oh, because she was holding one, she needed to hold two because she was in the. Yeah. That's probably what it is, isn't it?
So do we think if we put the scepters in her sarcophagus, anything will happen now?
Do you? I don't know what your characters would think in this regard.
I'm talking
whether or
to
not
the...
you would consider yourself.
I'm talking to the party.
To the party.
Aye.
Okay.
I think that would make sense. If nothing's happened on the chair, and if she was holding one across one way, and then there was an empty hand here, then maybe that's why she went a bit and like all of us. So maybe if we do both of those, nothing might happen now because she's already. But it might just.
All right, I'm going to take that scepter back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take the other scepter to have two scepters.
Without touching the chair.
It doesn't matter. You touch the scepter.
Another T-Rex.
Okay. No other T-Rex. In fact, I just need Averine to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Avery.
Against a curse.
Charisma. Boop. 24.
Yes.
I probably don't have bless anymore, so 24.
You're fine. No ill effects there.
Are we allowed to know what the curse would have been?
Nope.
If it's, I'm just curious.
All right, so piece of cake. Let's just put these scepters back in the sarcophagus.
Little screamy lady.
You go and place the scepters back in the other sarcophagus.
I do
place
so
them
very
down.
carefully. It's like I'm below the sarcophagus, and I'm just tossing it in.
You chuck
Nothing
it from the door.
happens.
Avery, do you want to touch the sun?
What kind of question is that, Piju?
I'm just, it's there.
Maybe we need to touch the sun with the adamantines.
Why do we need to touch anything?
Well,
I do not know. Maybe we need more information, Avery.
I think we're done in this room. There was a giant T-Rex, screaming lady with poison. I'm ready to put a pin in this room.
The last idea that I could possibly have is that maybe she needs all of her stuff with her, which is both scepters, the necklace, and whatever that is on the wall. But that's my last idea.
What is it on the wall?
What are you referring to when you say whatever that is on the wall?
The amulet? I think it was a small. It was in the place of the sun.
It was the sun, is what I'm saying. It was the.
It's like a hanging thing above the.
Yeah, there was the sun was dangling from a chain above the sarcophagus. There wasn't anything on the walls. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't.
Well,
remember.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
So there's a chain holding something and nothing behind it.
Nothing behind it.
What gives us the idea it's the sun? Does it look like?
It's glowing. It's shining yellow. It looks like the sun over the world below.
Because like the walls, everything are made up to look like Omu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An ancient version of Omu.
Yeah.
So there is something behind, and it looks like a painting.
Well, yes, there's a mural of a jungle city, frescoes, flowers, birds, insects. The sun is just a 2-foot diameter orb hanging from a chain above the sarcophagus, is made of hammered gold to resemble a sun.
I think we're done. I don't think there's anything else in this room, except for potential danger.
Fair enough. And we'll just head on out.
Okay. All right, so before you, you've got this wide corridor. There is another corridor that works its way north off of that, that heads off.
With how big the gargoyles are, can we see them? Or is that card that
You can
dips
see
down?
them. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can see them easily.
Okay.
Zola, as you look down the stairs, so two things happen right now. Zola looks down the stairs. She can see beyond the staircase a shrine that is currently changing color every few seconds, with images of a snail with 5 eye stalks on it. At the same time, Averine crosses over the threshold and has a necklace of fireballs in her hand. All 8 beads explode at once.
We're all dead.
So everyone within 20 feet of Averine at this point in time, which is everyone except Zola, needs to roll dexterity saving throws, please.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Oh, I can do that too.
Is also doing that.
With a dexterity.
It's a good thing Averine wasn't wearing it at the time, because then she'd automatically fail. So dex saves from everyone except Zola.
How many dex saves? Do we just make one for all of them, or are we making one for each bead?
No, each bead cascaded into one big fireball.
The captain is within 10 feet of Pijo and Never. So does that count for anything? I'm not aware.
As in for an extra 2.
it gives Pijo and Averine an extra 2 on theirs.
All right. I'm sorry, Aaron.
So,
I'm mixing
I
this up.
current.
The first one's Tower. The second one is
Okay.
Laszlo. Sorry.
All right. I've got a 19 from Carmen. I've got an 18 from. It would be an 18 from Tower, 21 from Averine, an 18 from Pijo, and a 17 from Laszlo.
19 for Laszlo.
19 for Laszlo. Everyone succeeds.
Oh.
So everyone takes half damage.
Oh.
And half again for the resistance, right?
Yep. If you had resistance.
Great.
Okay. So the full damage would have been 72 points of fire damage. Halved down to 36. So if you succeeded and did not cast Absorb Elements, you take 36 points of fire damage. If you succeeded and took Absorb Elements, you take half of that and take 18 points of fire damage.
Okay, that's not as bad.
I'm on 1 point.
Oh, that is bad.
I am knackered.
Okay. At that point, we can see Unk's shrine ahead of us, tomb rather ahead of us. Everyone's just taken a huge fireball to the face. We're going to end our session there tonight. Join us next week as our party continue to explore the 4th level of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Thank you very much, folks.